Welcome on into our Falcons Bears watch party here at Falcons Today. Appreciate you tuning in as we break down a pivotal Week 17 matchup for the Atlanta Falcons, who are hanging on to the postseason by a thread. They need some help, but they've got to win today in snowy Chicago as some flurries are coming down off the banks of Lake Michigan. So we're going to get you guys up to speed on everything you need to know going into this game. But first things first, shout out your city for me. I want to know where everyone is tuning in from, so get in the chat if you have not already and shout out your city as we are just under 30 minutes away from kickoff at Chicago Soldier Field. Falcons, Bears, Atlanta, trying to keep themselves in the playoff race, and they need a win today to do so. So where's everyone watching from? Canadian Bacon is tuning in from New Orleans, Louisiana. Time Man the Buckeyes in Ohio, also polling for Alabama against the team up north tomorrow. Yeah, big game tomorrow. And then we've got Cleveland, Tennessee. I've got Maryland in the house. I've got Georgia from Tony. I've got Stone Mountain, I believe, is what the Bright Wolf was trying to say, in Georgia. I've got Mr. Trice in Richmond, Virginia. Brewster, New York. Where else is everyone tuning in from? Get in the chat right now and let me know where you are watching from. DeAndre Pierce is in Decatur, Georgia. I assume Decatur, Georgia. I know there's a couple Decaturs. One of my best friends lives in Decatur. Adam is in Pensacola, Florida. I've got Leesburg, Florida. I've got London. We've got Drake Prods. I'm from Tennessee. Go Vols. But in Southern Illinois right now. Jim is in Savannah, Fort Worth, Jonesboro. Keep getting in the chat right now. Let me know where you are tuning in from. And hey, if you want the Falcons to stay alive in the playoff race, let's get some A's in the chat. Because a win for Atlanta would, I believe, and I don't think they can get eliminated today, but if a lot of other things happen across the league, I guess there is an outside chance the Falcons could get eliminated today, even if they win against the Bears. But ultimately, I want Arthur Smith to work out. I don't think he is a bad coach. How do I know that? Let's say 7 coaches get fired this year, right? We've already had the Panthers fire their coach. We've had the Raiders. Let's say the Commanders fire their coach. Maybe the Bears fire their coach. If you look at all the coaches who get fired come Black Monday in January, I bet Arthur Smith is the best of all of them. So if he's the best coach that got fired, then he's probably not that bad of a coach. And I just feel like Arthur Smith has made some mistakes, but ultimately he has been plagued by not having a quarterback. And if we can get him a good quarterback, which I think Justin Fields might be on the market, I think the Falcons could be much more successful in 2024. Plus, this team has just known one thing for the last 6-7 years. Winning 7 games. That's all they've done. 7 games. 7-9, 7-9, 7-9, 7-10, 7-10. Let's kind of break that run. What do you say? All right, before we get on to the rest of our pregame show, I do want to shout out our terrific sponsor, Prize Picks. Now, as we get towards the end of the NFL season, it is not too late to join Prize Picks Daily Fantasy Made Easy. Prize Picks is when you select 2 to 6 players and then pick more or less on their projected stats. So here are my selections for Sunday Night Football if you want to ride along. I'm taking the less on Jaren Hall's passing yards. 222.5 is a big number for a guy who's played, half a quarter-ish against the Falcons, if you remember. Jordan Love, I took the more on his reduced passing yards at 199.5. Took the more on Justin Jefferson's receiving yards at 59.5. And then I took the less on Alexander Madison's rushing yards. He had -1 last week, so I like the less at 19.5. Now, if you like my selections, feel free to ride with me over at prizepicks.com/CLNS and make sure to use code CLNS for a first-time deposit match up to $100. I've put that link in the comments and description of today's video. That's Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy. Confidence level time. Where are we at? Everyone asks themselves and their mother and their brother and their neighbor this question every Sunday morning. What's your confidence level at? For me, if I say 10 is an absolute win and 0 or 1 is they have no chance, I would say 6.2. 6.2. Gun to my head, I do think the Falcons win this game. They beat the Bears last year in Atlanta, and the Bears have looked much better over the last month and a half than when they started off the year 0-4. But ultimately, I think this is the kind of game that can get won in the trenches. And I like Atlanta's offensive line more. And the Falcons' defensive line and the Bears' defensive line aren't very far apart. I'd probably give the edge slightly to Chicago because of Montez Sweat. But ultimately, I think that O-line difference is what's going to be the difference maker in this game. Now, if you guys want some stats or some facts, if you will, going into this week's game, the Bears, with a 6-9 record, have the 21st scoring offense and scoring defense. Meanwhile, Atlanta's scoring defense ranks 6th in the league, but the offense has been what's been dragging them behind. However, Taylor Heineke, turnover-free football last week, and all of a sudden, you see the Atlanta Falcons pop off for 29 points. I mean, that game right there against Indianapolis is exactly what Arthur Smith tells Arthur Blank at the end of this year. If I get a quarterback who does not fumble it 3 times in the red zone, we can be a successful ball club. Not as easy as you might think, but that's kind of his message, if you will, to retain his job as the Falcons head coach. All right, so Time Man the Buckeye says 7.6. Let me give some shout-outs right here. The Bright Wolf says 6.9. I've got Trent, a Bears fan, saying go Bears. Adam says 6.1. What else here? Any other confidence levels coming in? Let me know, as we have 75 people tuned in, what your confidence level is, or at least just let me know who you got in this game. Falcons or Bears. I want everyone to be active in the chat right now. DeAndre Pierce says 8.0. Also, friendly reminder, I know I'm asking a lot of everyone, but please do like the video. It boosts our channel to more Falcons fans, and so that way our channel can get bigger, more subscribers, more studio space, and then more Falcons watch parties, because I know we have not been able to do some in the last couple of weeks. So please hit that thumbs up button if you have not already. Now, we do have an awesome super chat menu for today's watch party. First time super chatters, we sing Dirty Birds. Every super chat is going to get a shout out. $2 super chat gets you added, or $2 super chat, I beg your pardon, gets you entered into our Falcons board giveaway. So we've got an awesome board, and we can put it up next on the screen, big text. And then it gets you entered into a giveaway entry to win this board right here. So it's a tremendous addition to a Falcons man cave. I can sign it for you if you would like, but $2 super chat, that's all it takes to get you entered into that giveaway. $5 super chat, we do a beers cheers, and then $20 super chat gets you added to our Falcons MVP board. So if you want to be a part of some Atlanta Falcons history, if you will, $20 super chat, a great way to support the channel, and we add you to our MVP board. So that is our super chat menu for today. Appreciate everyone who supports the show, whether you're commenting, liking, or of course super chatting. Always a great way to go above and beyond and support the channel. So that's what we got on tap for everyone today. Yeah, let's check out the live sub count is here. So we are at 17,097. That's what I'm talking about a little bit. Reached 17,000 just the other day. But now we got to get to 18,000. I don't know if we can get to 18,000 in just one day, but we can at least start chipping away at it, baby. We can get ourselves to 17,100 subscribers. So remember to like the video and subscribe, as always, like every other YouTuber out there, to support the channel. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Caleb says London, 5 catches for 88 yards. Sub for Dubs time, man. Exactly right. Let's see. I've got Joseph asking, Pitts or London, who's going to have a better game? Chicago's got a good secondary. They've got a really good corner in Jalen Johnson. They've got some good safeties. Meanwhile, their linebackers, they're not the best coverage linebackers. I mean, Tremaine Edmonds and TJ Edwards, are maybe selling them a bit short, but I would still lean towards Drake London because he's just the overall better player. Even though he might have a tougher matchup than Kyle Pitts, I would go with Drake London as having a better game. Now let's ask some of the hard-hitting questions. Should Arthur Smith return next year? This is the biggest question in ATL right now. There are like two ways. There's two questions here. Do you want him to return? And should he return? The next two games will be very dependent on should he return. Do I want him to return? I go back and forth with Arthur Smith. It's a bit of a love-hate relationship. I used to be an Arthur Smith stan because I felt like this team overachieved with suboptimal quarterback play with Matt Ryan's last year and then Marcus Mariota and Desmond Ridder last season. But this year, the clown show that was Ridder, Heineke, he lost some cool points, but I still think Arthur Smith is a good coach. Like, when we look at some of the coaches that have already been fired or have been disasters, they were clearly just in over their head. I think Arthur Smith is a well-respected, well-liked coach in that locker room. And that's important. The locker room has not given up on Arthur Smith. I just feel like he has not done a great job of navigating with inconsistent quarterback play, which head coach does, right? It's not easy to do. But if you give Arthur Smith consistent good quarterback play, I'm not even asking for elite quarterback play. I think this team, instead of being 7-8, could be very well 8-7, maybe 9-6 or something like that. So I'm going to go with yes. I say yes. Let's see what everyone else is saying right now. Adam says no. Sarah Christmas says no. Wow. I appear to be the only person that says this. The Bright Wolf says no. Caleb says no. I am the only one. Okay. Now, okay says give him Fields. And yeah, like how about this? There's probably no quarterback less popular right now than Russell Wilson, right? For where he was at one point compared to where he is now, no one's interested in Russell Wilson. But honest question, hey, no one's going to report you to the feds. So be honest in the chat right now. If Russell Wilson started every single game for the Falcons this year, would they have more than 7 wins right now? Probably. Right? I'm not going to stand here and act like Desmond Ridder and Taylor Heineke have been better than Russell Wilson this year. Has Russell Wilson been worth the contract and the trade? No. But if you just remove that, and if an alien came down right now and had no idea about Russell Wilson's past and just looked at the 2023 body of work, they'd probably say Russell Wilson's better than Desmond Ridder and Taylor Heineke. So if Russell Wilson could have this team in a better spot, don't you think Arthur Smith, with at least Russell Wilson level of QB play, could have a much better team? That's my point. That's my point. So if you want to fire Arthur Smith, then I don't know what coach you're going to get that's going to do anything better with the quarterback play Atlanta's had lately. That's all. Let's see. Robert says yes. Joe Kill says nope. Jim says nope. ABC says nope. Leroy Graham, are you going live for the game today? Leroy Graham, indeed I am. Tie Man says no. It'll be a very tough sell for Terry Fontenot on a fan base that has had just like average at best play. And it's not even average. It's slightly below average at best play since 2017, or their 10-win year. And Russell Wilson's not going to get a whole lot of butts in seats for 2024 as like that's going to be the guy that turns Falcons football around at the nice young age of 35. But let's see what the other options are this offseason. I think this team would have been better with Russell Wilson this year than the quarterback play they got out of Ridder and Heineke. Yeah, here we go. Who will start at quarterback in 2024? A rookie, a free agent like Russell Wilson who could be released, or Justin Fields who could be a trade target. I do not see a way Desmond Ridder or Taylor Heineke start week 1 next year. So I think one of those two guys very well may return to be the backup next year. I know that sounds strange, but Zach Wilson stayed in New York to be the backup. You know, you can only plug so many holes in an offseason. The last thing the Falcons want to do is make more work for themselves. And I think Desmond Ridder or Taylor Heineke could be a very good backup for pretty much any team in the league. Like, they have shown they can win games, and that's really what you need out of a backup. A guy that can go 500 if he has to play 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 games or something like that throughout the season. So who's going to start? Jim says Fields. Trent says Fields. The Bright Wolf is going with a free agent, whether that's like Russell Wilson or I know there's buzz, if you will, around Kirk Cousins. I think Kirk Cousins is going back to Minnesota. I'd put it at a 99% chance. Minnesota learned after losing Cousins how badly they need Kirk Cousins, and Kirk Cousins wants to stay in Minnesota. So if both sides want to have each other, they're going to get it done. Don't you think? Ty Man thinks a free agent. The Bright Wolf is going with J.J. McCarthy. ABC says Fields. Not crazy about J.J. McCarthy. Turn the fan on. I forgot to do that, but I'm just not over the moon about J.J. McCarthy. Yeah, J.J., I think J.J. should go back to Michigan. Obviously, what happens in the playoffs will be very important, but J.J. McCarthy should go back to Michigan for another year. I don't know. If his stock is truly a first-rounder, then it's hard to pass on that, but I think he could really benefit from another year in college football. Joseph says Fields or Daniels. Jaden Daniels, if Atlanta loses the next 2 games, it could be in distance to land Daniels. I think Jaden Daniels goes top 10. I think Jaden Daniels might be last year's Anthony Richardson, but on steroids, right? Where, like, they've got great physical tools, but Jaden Daniels actually has good production, which Richardson did not have in Florida. So Anthony Richardson did not escape the top 5. I don't think Daniels does either, which means Atlanta would likely have to drop their next 2 games just to finish around 8, 9, 10 in the draft order, and that might be enough to land the LSU quarterback. Bo Nix, it's a no-brainer. I don't know if Bo Nix and no-brainer should be in the same sentence. I know Bo Nix has had a good last few seasons at Oregon compared to his start at Auburn, but the guy's a check-down Charlie. Like, his ADOT, average depth of target, meaning how far down the line of scrimmage is the guy he's throwing the football to, is one of the lowest in the FBS. So that's not going to translate well to the pros when you need your quarterback to make accurate passes down the field and not just check it down to a running back or a tight end in the flat. That's my biggest fear with Bo Nix. We got to ask the hard-hitting questions here as we are, 13 minutes away from kickoff? Is New Year's Eve overrated? I'm not a New Year's Eve guy. I'm an old man. I want to watch football. If there's football on, like college football playoff during New Year's Eve, my nightmare is being at a New Year's Eve party where I walk in, right? You kind of picture me walk into an apartment, a house, or wherever, and the game's either A, not on, B, no audio, C, not a good seating arrangement, and I'm like joining the party and all the good spots are already taken. That's my nightmare. That's what makes me wake up in the middle of the night with a cold sweat. So I'm not a New Year's Eve guy. I don't know if anyone really is. I'll tell you this. You will never catch me at Times Square on New Year's Eve. That looks like a living hell. Standing outside in the cold to watch the ball drop. I don't understand the obsession with New Year's Eve. All right, White Lean. Would you take Wilson with a pay cut to $30 million per year for a 4th-round pick? No, I would not. I don't think you should trade for Russell Wilson. I believe the Broncos are going to release Russell Wilson. And if/when Russell Wilson gets released, it's kind of like a college football contract, like a coach, right? Where, when a college football coach gets fired, let's say their buyout is $30 million, and then they go coach at, Georgia State, whatever their contract, whatever their salary is at Georgia State, that offsets what their previous school owes them. That's the case for Russell Wilson. Whatever money that the Broncos owe him, whatever team he could sign with potentially, would be offset. And Russell Wilson's definitely going to take a vet minimum deal, knowing he's still getting the same amount of money, just who's writing the check, his new team or his old team, and he'd rather have the old team be screwed over by that. Rashard Clark with a $5 super chat. Let's go, Rashard. If the Falcons get a young franchise QB, do the Falcons run the division for years to come? I would be inclined to think so. I mean, let's run through it. The Panthers might have the absolute worst outlook for the next couple of years. Bryce Young appears to be a bit of a bust, and they don't have a first-round pick next year. Then I turn to New Orleans, who I think they're in an appropriate weight class. There's a lot of talent on New Orleans' roster. Their head coach, Dennis Allen, I know Saints fans hate him. I don't think you get to 7 or 8 wins with having an awful coach, but I don't think he is a great coach by any means. And I don't think Derek Carr is going to be they kind of have him long term, and I don't think that's a good thing for them. So I'm not really high on New Orleans' future either. Now, Tampa Bay is a wild card because if Baker plays well for the next couple of years, they've got a pretty good roster down there in Tampa, right? They've got a good defense. They've got some young pieces. So the Bucs might still be a nuisance, and they are looking to win their 3rd straight NFC South title. But you're telling me Atlanta with their roster, which has some really good picks, and Bijan and Drake London, A.J. Terrell, Jesse Bates, Atlanta's done a good job in the draft and in free agency. You insert a young, promising, up-and-coming quarterback. If C.J. Stroud was on the Falcons this year, they are not 7-8. They are 8-7, maybe 9 wins, maybe even up to 10 wins, right? I bet C.J. Stroud takes care of business against the Vikings. I bet they take care of business against the Cardinals. You go from 7 wins to 9 wins just like that. So I do think a young quarterback that, if it's a good quarterback and it's C.J. Stroud rookie-level performance versus Bryce Young rookie-level performance, the Falcons could very well dominate the division for the next couple of years. They do have to find some long-term pieces at edge rusher. Calais Campbell is arguably their best edge rusher, and he's pushing 40. So that's not going to happen. But they got to find some guys. And Zach Harrison, the rookie out of Ohio State, has had some really good couple of games in the last few weeks. So hopefully that is a solution for Atlanta's pass rush, or at least a start, right? Might not be the ultimate puzzle piece or ender, but at least a nice start at that. Okay, we've got the CBS D team. Chris Lewis, Ross Tucker, and Jason McCourty. Yeah, one last time here. Predict the score. Final score predictions. Let's go. Just under 10 minutes to go until kickoff. Final score predictions. Drop them right now in the comment section. I'm going to take the Falcons 21-17. Falcons 21-17. A Drake London touchdown, a Kyle Pitts touchdown, and a Bijan Robinson touchdown as Arthur Smith fights for his job and keeps the Falcons alive in the playoff race. The Falcons appear to be playing in a snow game in Chicago, which obviously would favor the Bears. But there's no but, actually. It does favor the Bears. The only thing I was going to add was a few weeks ago, I was texting one of my friends, and we were talking about just Matt Ryan's career, and I looked it up. Matt Ryan, and I might get 1 or 2 numbers off by a little bit, but Matt Ryan played 68 games in his career in Atlanta in the months of December and January. Does anyone want to guess, of those 68 games, how many were below 40 degrees in the months of December and January? 68 games for Matty Ice in Atlanta in December or January. How many were below 40 degrees? Because this might surprise you. You think about the NFC South, you got domes in Atlanta, New Orleans, warm weather in Tampa, and Charlotte doesn't get all that cold. Of the 68 games that Matt Ryan played in December and January as an Atlanta Falcon, 6 were below 40 degrees. They went 1-5 in those 6 games. Remember, the Bills game was the most recent one from 2 seasons ago. So the Falcons don't have a ton of experience in playing in the cold, because even if they do play a December game on the road, might be in New Orleans like it is next week, or a January game, might be in Tampa, or just might not be in a northern city or a city without a dome. So you don't get a lot of cold weather games for the Dirty Birds. So score predictions. The Bright Wolf says 69-0 Falcons. Trent says 30-24 Bears. Jim says 24-17 Falcons. Michael Taylor says 31-17 Atlanta. Robert says the Falcons win at 17-13. Cade Richards 70-20 Falcons. We got a repeat of the Dolphins-Broncos game. Joseph, 23-17 Bears. Adam, 23-20 Falcons. Bright Wolf, 24-20 Falcons. What other ones here? I've got Adam, 23-20 Atlanta. Ty Man, the Buckeye, taking the Falcons 27-10. All right, one last call here before we get into the game. If you want ATL to win, you better start spamming ATL. Drop ATL in the chat right now if you want the Falcons to come out on top, improve to 8-8, potentially keep their playoff hopes alive, and pray that New Orleans and Tampa Bay lose this week, and the Falcons might have a chance of making the postseason, or the Falcons get their first 8+ win season since 2017. Even if the Falcons win today and they don't end up making the postseason for whatever reason, they just got to start winning games, don't you think? Like, they just got to start winning ball games. I know that the draft pick is very attractive and tempting, but if you keep picking at the top of the draft, you're never going to learn how to win. You don't want to keep picking at the top. And that's what Atlanta has done for the last couple of years. They got to start winning ball games. Also, reminder, like the video if you have not already. We have over 100 people tuned in right now, 28 likes. Hit that thumbs up button. Every 100 likes we get, actually, every 50 likes we get, we're going to do a free entry for our giveaway item, which let's throw our giveaway item on screen really quickly, Tex here. So we're doing an awesome giveaway item for the Dirty Birds, and that is this Falcons board, which can be added to your man cave. And so every super chat gets you added to this, but also every 50 likes will get you, or every 50 likes will pick someone out of the chat for free for an addition. So this is our raffle item giveaway today. This is the rest of our super chat menu. If you want to support the show, I owe our last super chatter a beers cheers. Big Tex, can you run and get me a beer, as I always forget one? Rashard Clark, it's New Year's Eve. I appreciate you being the man to force me to crack a cold one open. Coors Latte, please. Ready for kickoff here. 37 likes. We're 13 likes away from 50. 50 likes, and we're going to pick someone out of the chat to get a free entry for that Man Cave edition. Bright Wolf, Falcons win at 28-3. I don't know what to make of the Bright Wolf. Is the Bright Wolf a Falcons fan? Michael Taylor, we got a safety game, 2-0. Sounds like an Atlanta United score. I don't know about an Atlanta Falcons score. Ayo! Another super chat rolling in from Adam. Adam asking, what's it like if we win and the Bucs lose? All right, let's load up the ESPN playoff machine. Okay. Oh, I mean let's do the New York Times playoff machine. So I'll give you the actual percentage chance. If the Falcons win, okay, and the Buccaneers, who are playing the Saints, lose, Atlanta's playoff chances go up to, can we get a cold one? Yeah. I'm sorry. I hate to be needy. Okay. Adam will get on screen in just a moment here. But to answer your question, if the Falcons win and the Bucs lose, the playoff percentage is up to 27%. If the Buccaneers win and the Falcons win, it goes to 12%. So we really need, I hate to say it, the Aints to win, and of course Atlanta to take care of business for the Falcons just to have a 27% chance of making the postseason. And then if you fast forward to Week 18, if the Falcons beat the Saints, they go to 60% chance. And if the Panthers beat the Bucs, well, Atlanta will win the NFC South. So even if the Bucs win, it's not good. Let's not say that number out loud. Let's focus on beating Chicago if you're Atlanta, and then hope maybe the Saints can take care of business. That's okay. Thank you. Okay. I owe a beers cheers to Rashard Clark. Rashard, cheers to you. Appreciate you, my man. And then Adam Shadix. That sounds wrong. Shadix? I feel like I just bullied Adam on the bus. Adam, what's it like if we win, the Bucs lose? Once again, if Atlanta wins today and the Buccaneers lose to New Orleans, the Falcons' postseason chances are 28%. Without the Buccaneers losing, a Falcons win is 26%. Cheers to Adam. Cheers to Richard. Appreciate you guys so much. And we are one sub away, by the way. Someone do it. Someone get us to 17,100 subscribers as we are ready for kickoff from Soldier Field in Chicago, Illinois, with the snow coming down. And another super chat. Let's go. Rolling in. And we're 4 likes away from 50. Good vibes right now. Good vibes right now. AJ on the sticks. First time super chatter. Dirty Birds. What do you think our record would be with 4 at quarterback? If Taylor Heineke started every single game this year, I don't think it's very far from the current record. Like, Desmond Ridder cost the Falcons. Like, the game that Desmond Ridder really screwed up, like the Bucs game on the road, Atlanta still won, right? Now, he really screwed up in the Panthers game, and that cost him the game. But it's not like Heineke was that much better in the Cardinals game, in the Titans game, in the Vikings game. I don't know if it's all that much better. So, AJ, I would say they're 7-8 still. That might not be what you wanted to hear, but that's my honest opinion. Snow flurries coming down in Chicago as the Falcons are set to return the opening kickoff, and we are live from the Windy City. And a $20 super chat rolls in right as the Bears kick it off for a touchback. Jim Taylorson, Dirty Birds. It hurts pulling for a Saints win today. Jim, this is my advice. Whenever you find yourself as a sports fan in a predicament where you have to pull for the team you don't like to win, you just remind yourself, whatever I want to happen, it has no impact on the actual outcome. So just don't pull for the Saints. Just know that it doesn't matter what you want to happen. Trickery on the first play, 1st and 10. Heineke throwing, and that is caught first down Atlanta. Drake London on a trick play from Arthur Smith on 1st and 10. A reverse, a flea flicker, another handoff, and then all the way back to Heineke, who finds London for a gain of nearly 25 yards. Jim, we're going to add you to our MVP board here in just a moment. I'm just getting my red zone fired up here. Okay. 1st and 10 Falcons from their own 47-yard line. Heineke hands it off. Robinson running to the right side. Robinson reversing course. Has a block. Robinson's got the first down and more across the 40. Inside the 35. Pushed out of bounds at the Bears 30. So Atlanta, with just 2 plays, is already knocking on the door of the red zone. All right, Jim Taylorson. Jim. So nice first 2 plays by Arthur Smith. Good script, it looks like, to start this game. Jim, added to our MVP board right there. Appreciate you, my man. 1st and 10 for the Falcons at the Bears 32. Heineke, play fake. Throwing towards the end zone. Oh, incomplete. Man, it looked like Kyle Pitts had a chance, and then he just never really, stuck his arms out to catch the football. It didn't look like it was all that overthrown. Atlanta returns their usual starting 5 offensive linemen. 52 likes, which means we're going to do a free entry for our Falcons Man Cave board giveaway in just a moment. I don't really understand. Kyle Pitts had a chance to grab that. Why didn't he? 2nd and 10, Wildcat, and Robinson fumbles the Wildcat, and Heineke, or is that Ridder? Desmond Ridder came in the game, and he jumped on it. Oh, poor Desmond's going to get charged like a loss on the... No, I think the fumble will be charged to Robinson. So Desmond Ridder gets 1 play, and it's just recovering a fumble. Stop me if you've heard it before. Desmond Ridder recovered a fumble of his own. This time it's not his. So 3rd and 17, though, and the Falcons are in a predicament here if they don't pick up some yardage, because it'll be tough for Younghoe Koo to kick in these snowy conditions. Heineke on 3rd and 17 throws, and that is caught. Gain of about 7. And we're back to 4th and 10 now. Drake London on the receiving end, his second grab of the game. And the Falcons will be faced with a decision about a 50 to 52 yarder or punt it. Let's see. They're going to go with the 4th and 9 choice of kicking the field goal. So Younghoe Koo is on for the field goal attempt. It is a 50-yarder from the right hash. Younghoe Koo's kick is up, and it is good. No, short. I lied. It was short. It was on target, but it was short. I just had some blind trust in Younghoe Koo to have the distance. But that one was short, and it was not all that close either. So the Falcons have a nice opening drive, but a short field goal from Younghoe Koo, and Atlanta has nothing to show for. All right. Well, we did get to 53 likes, which means we are going to pick someone out of the chat for a free raffle or free entry for our giveaway item today. I've got Red Zone up on the iPad, so I'll keep you guys informed on all the other games. But let's get some ATLs in the chat. Drop an ATL, and let's throw on the giveaway item really quickly. Text so everyone can kind of see. Drop ATL in the chat, because what we're doing here is we are doing a free entry for this giveaway item, which is a Falcons Man Cave wall art board. So if you want to be entered into a chance to win it, just start spamming ATL in the chat, and I'm going to pick someone in 10 seconds or so. I owe a Beers Cheers to Jim for the $20 super chat. Okay. If you want this board, start spamming ATL. We're going to pick someone to be a free entry, not win it, but just free entry. In 3, 2, 1. And I've got Gary. Gary, Gerry. Yep. Gerry. Gary. Just Gary. Just Gary. Jerry? Yeah, it's not Jerry. It's Gary. Yeah. Okay. So. Yep. Beers cheers to Jim. Jim Taylorson, appreciate your $20 super chat. And remember, every 50 likes, another free entry. We are 39 likes away from 100. So a reminder to like the video if you have not already. Red Zone peek here, the Dolphins, who are trying to take the number 1 seed in the AFC. They are playing a pivotal game against the Ravens, and a touchdown for Miami has the Dolphins on the board first. Meanwhile, the Panthers-Jags without Trevor Lawrence, scoreless in the first quarter, but Jacksonville with C.J. Beathard driving down the field. Checking in on the 49ers-Commanders game, Brock Purdy and company are across the 50. Christian McCaffrey with a nice run. Christian McCaffrey up to 26 yards. No one cares, but maybe you do care. I know no one cares about your fantasy team, but I think people do care about your fantasy team when you're in the championship. And I am in my league's championship right now. So I'm going to annoy you guys for the next 3 hours or so with updates. Fields and company take over at their own 40. Fields throwing down the right sideline. Has a man. That has caught DJ Moore. Big gain by the former Carolina Panther. And the Bears, just like the Falcons, go through the air on first down with a huge pickup by DJ Moore. DJ Moore was covered by Jesse Bates, and Bates just got the brakes beat off him. Chicago out to Atlanta's 28. Snap to Fields. Throws to his right. That is incomplete. Once again, looking for more. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10. So similar to the Falcons, Chicago with a nice first play of the game offensively and a big gain. Saints-Bucks update here. New Orleans with the ball driving inside the 10-yard line of Tampa Bay. I know no one likes the Saints, but it would be beneficial to Atlanta if the Saints beat the Bucks. 2nd and 10. Pistol snap, pitch right. Khalil Herbert running it for the Bears inside the 25 and tackled just shy of the 20. So that's going to bring up third down. Start spamming those threes. Spam those threes. Let's go. Bears with their usual starting 5 offensive linemen. Third and 4 for the Bears. Start spamming those threes. Fields in the gun. Takes the snap. Fields bobbles it, loses it. Recovered by the Falcons. So both teams can't handle the snap. Fields lost it, recovered by Calais Campbell, but there is a flag. False start, and you can't decline a false start. It's a pre-snap penalty, so it's a replay, and Chicago actually catches a break there. You cannot decline pre-snap penalties like false starts. I thought I saw movement, so a bit of an unlucky break for Atlanta, and a lucky break for the Bears that looked like Braxton Jones just got a little eager on the left side. 3rd and 9, keep spamming 3 from the 27. Fields takes the shotgun snap, looks to his left, going through his progressions, checking it down. This is caught, and this will be a run after the catch for the first down and more. Roschon Johnson thrown out of bounds at the 2. Richie Grant made the tackle. Roschon Johnson left wide alone in the flat. 1st and goal, Chicago. Whose fault is this? I don't think it is Richie Grant. I think Richie Grant just ends up making the tackle. It looks like no one had the assignment on Roschon Johnson. Just a bit of a busting coverage. 1st and goal, the Bears at the 2-yard line. Snow is coming down in waves. Fields takes the snap. It's a QB keeper. He is tackled. Calais Campbell. Nice play by the 36-year-old future Hall of Famer. And the Bears are backed up now. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 7-yard line. Inside the Prize Picks red zone indeed, Big Tex. 2nd and goal for the Bears. Colts are over the Raiders 7-0 right now. Fields in the gun, takes the snap, rolls to his right, throws that way. Pass is caught, but no gain for the rookie Tyler Scott. And now we have 3rd and goal from the 6. Type those threes. Spam those threes. Try and keep the Bears to a field goal. In these tough conditions, no kick is going to be a guarantee. By the way, the Saints are over the Bucs right now, 7-0. Jawan Johnson with a receiving touchdown. Fields from the 6, takes the snap on 3rd and goal. Throwing to the end zone. That's caught. DJ Moore touchdown. Something that's not unique to Atlanta. DJ Moore with a touchdown. In the back left corner of the end zone, and the Bears strike first. 6-0 Chicago. DJ Moore working on A.J. Terrell. Is this a man? No, it's a zone defense. And Bates has that back quadrant. And it's just honestly a really good throw and catch. I don't think it's a bad play by Jesse Bates necessarily. It's just a nice play. And every once in a while, you just got to tip your cap to the offense. The extra point for Chicago is up, low snap, good hold, and the kick is good by Cairo Santos. So the Bears are on top 7-0 midway through the first quarter. After a missed field goal from Younghoe Koo, the Bears respond with a DJ Moore touchdown. Bills are on the board against the Pats. They trail 7-3. Scoreless between the Titans and the Texans, but 3rd and goal for C.J. Stroud and company at the 10-yard line. And on 3rd and goal, C.J. Stroud throws to the end zone incomplete. Tex, while we're at commercial, let's tell everyone about our awesome sponsor, which is Prize Picks. So, we've got a great sponsor for all of our great viewers today. Prize Picks is back for another week as we are closing to the end of the regular season, but it's not too late to get with Prize Picks. Now, it's daily fantasy made easy. Pick 2 to 6 players and then just pick more or less on their projected stats. Let me show you my entries for Sunday Night Football. And if you like them, feel free to ride with me. Or if you hate them, you can just fade them. But I took the less on Jaren Hall's passing yards. That's a big number for a rookie quarterback, 222.5. I like the more on Jordan Love at the Goblin projection. So Prize Picks also does Demons and Goblins. Demons are tougher projections to hit, but bigger payout. Goblins are easier to hit, but not as great as a payout. So I took 2 Goblins to kind of make up for it with Jordan Love's passing yards and then Justin Jefferson at 59.5 receiving yards. I also took the less on Alexander Madison's rushing yards as he's more or less the backup running back now for the Vikings. So if you want to play along with me, go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first-time deposit match up to $100. Now, that link is in the chat. It's in the description. It's in the comments of today's video. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy. We have crossed 17,100 subscribers. Now the march begins to 17,150. Help us continue to grow. All jokes aside, the more subscribers we get, the more studio space. The more studio space, the more videos, the more watch parties, the more live, the more everything. So if you want more Falcons content in your life, subscribe to the channel. Okay. No one gives a shit about my fantasy league. But if you did, I'm up to a 57% chance of winning. I'll keep you guys apprised as the game goes along. I'm playing my friend Nick. Got Jalen Hurts, Eckler, and Kamara, and A.J. Brown. We don't like that. Santos for Chicago kicks it off to restart the game. And this is peak snow football. You know it's peak snow football when the camera gets covered up by snow. So the little behind the scenes peek here. The production crew is going to switch cameras often so they can wipe off the camera while they're not on. You're going to see a lot of end zone shots and whatnot today. 1st and 10 for the Falcons, trailing 7-0. DJ Moore scoring for the Bears. What's going to happen? Big Tex wants to know. Touchdown, field goal, punt, or turnover. 1st and 10 for Heineke at his own 25. Heineke takes the shotgun snap, hands it off. Robinson trying to find some running lanes, and he is tackled down. DeMarcus Walker, former Tennessee Titan, with a stop on the play. 2nd and 10. Lamar and the Ravens are trailing 7-0. No, they're not. Touchdown to Justice Hill. And the Ravens have evened the score against the Dolphins, 7 apiece. 2nd and 10 for Atlanta. Heineke calling an audible. Lining up in the gun yet again. Snow coming down off the shores of Lake Michigan. Heineke going through his progressions, running to his right now, looking. He's going to tuck it and run. He'll dive for about a gain of 4. And that'll bring up 3rd and much more manageable, 3rd and 6. Tyman thinks touchdown. Adam thinks field goal. Epic thinks touchdown. Yeah. 3rd and 6. Heineke in the gun. Takes the snap. Looking. He's going to roll to his right. He'll tuck and run, and he'll pick up the 1st down with his legs. About a gain of 10. And 2 good back-to-back plays by Taylor Heineke with his legs moves the chains. Type those ones. Weather update, by the way, in Chicago. 33 degrees and snowing. But the snow's going to stop soon. And that'll help both offenses out a lot. First and 10 right now for Heineke at their own 40-yard line. Heineke in the pistol, takes the snap, hands off. Robinson running to the right, and Robinson running hard for 4 yards. A couple early touches here for Bijan. No Tyler Algier just yet. Matt Eberflus, like Arthur Smith, fighting for his job in a lot of ways. We have an injured Bear on the play. It's the rookie Tyreek Stevenson. So one of their up-and-coming younger players nicked up on the play. And I think we're going to commercial. We are indeed. So hopefully Stevenson is okay, rookie out of Miami. Yep. Cardinals, by the way, leading the Eagles. That's good news for Dallas. 3-0, but the Eagles are driving. We are at 17,115 subscribers. Big text, 190 people tuned in right now. If we can get 10 more subscribers before the next snap, free entry for the Falcons Man Cave Wall Art giveaway we are doing today. We'll pick someone out of the chat, but we need 10 more subscribers. Let's show them the Fan Cave Wall Art really quickly, and then we'll go back to the live sub count. Just in case you just tuned in and you're like, what are you talking about, PD? We are doing an awesome giveaway today. And it is this Falcons Man Cave Wall Art giveaway, as we are 10 subscribers away from another free entry for it. So if you want this added to your room, your basement, your dorm, your office, wherever, subscribe to the channel and you could be selected to win this item. We'll do a race at the end of the game. So make sure you stay tuned around for that. 8 subs away. Let's go. Adam knows it. Sub for Dubs. Adam's right. Time and the Buckeye saying sub. Can we get 8 more subs before the next snap? I'm going to power rank the most annoying commercials right now. Number 1 is the T-Mobile commercial with the actress. I don't know her name. She's wearing the white jacket, and she looks in the mirror with a marshmallow. I hate that commercial. Last year, I hated the Old Navy commercial with the actress from White Lotus. This year, I hate that commercial. Commercial I hate number 2, any State Farm commercial with Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid or Travis Kelce. They are all so incredibly boring. Those are my 1-2 most hated commercials right now. Hopefully with the new year, like their spending budget doesn't run out, but they just switch it up in 2024. Yeah, I can't stand them. Uh-oh. We're 9 subs away from a free entry. 9 subs away. Scumbags indeed. Mahomes and I hate it. I hate it so much. Bryce Young and the Panthers are trailing the Jags 3-0 with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. 2nd and 6 for Atlanta. Shotgun to Heineke, empty set. He's climbing the pocket. He's running again, and he slides to the first down. Taylor Heineke, 3 straight plays, using his legs to move the ball, and now they sit across the Bears 50. 1st and 10 Atlanta. So back-to-back good drives by the Falcons. The first one resulted in a missed field goal, a very rare miss from Younghoe Koo. But Atlanta not having difficulty with moving the ball. Heineke with good vision and good athleticism on 3 straight plays. No free entry. 22 yards on the ground for Heineke. At the Bears 48, pistol formation. That should have been a false start on Keith Smith. Snap to Heineke, play fake. Heineke looking, throwing over the middle. That is caught, first down, big gain, Drake London. Who was it that asked before the game who's going to have a better day, Drake London or Kyle Pitts? It's definitely shaping up to be Drake London, like I said. Drake London. He's so talented. I think the word talented is overused in sports. Like, they're professionals. They're all fucking talented. But Drake London's really special. The stats don't do him justice league-wide. Indeed. He does not have enough games with 10 or more targets. 1st and 10 at the Bears 28. Snow just really slowed down all of a sudden. In the pistol yet again, Heineke takes the snap. It's a handoff and a run for Tyler Algier, his first of the day. Gain of 5 for the second-year man out of BYU. Producer text asking me if I like the new uniforms. I'm not crazy about the ATL on the chest part. 2nd and 5. Pistol yet again at the Bears 24, knocking on the red zone door. Snap to Heineke, handoff. Robinson to the right side, and no gain on the play. Robinson's not going to have an easy day. He is going up against the number 1 run defense in the NFL with the Chicago Bears. Red zone peek here. Jalen Hurts finding Falcon sweet prince Julio Jones for a touchdown. That should count for 1 for Atlanta. Should be 7-1 Bears right now. That'd be like the most cool way to get 1 point. 3rd and 5. All right, 7-1 Bears. We're going to have our own score. Shotgun snap to Heineke. Bears bring pressure. Heineke throws to the end zone. Just overthrew his man. That's Van Jefferson, acquired mid-year from the Rams. And the Bears defense bends but does not break, and it'll be 4th and 5. What does Arthur Smith want to do? Kick the field goal after Younghoe Koo missed the last one? This will be a much shorter kick. Or go for it on 4th and 5. Oh, Kyle Pitts is like, hey, hello, we don't know the play call. So Younghoe Koo on trying to redeem himself. Missed the first one from 50, this one from 42. He was accurate with the first kick. It was just short. Second kick is up, and this one is off the upright, no good. Off the upright, no good. And Younghoe Koo has missed 2 kicks now. His second game in the last couple of weeks with 2 misses. Remember, he missed 2 kicks against Tampa Bay. He's missed 2 today. And Younghoe Koo had never had a game with more than 1 miss as an Atlanta Falcon going into this year. He's now got 2 games with 2 misses in the last month. Unlucky break right there. Unlucky break right there. Yep. Cody Parkey. Bears fans getting PTSD of a kick hitting an upright in Chicago. Adam, he's not supposed to do this. He is not supposed to do this at all. Younghoe Koo has been very good up until recently. Yep, so we're at 75 likes right now. Remember, every 50 likes is a free entry for our Falcons Man Cave giveaway. So if you have not liked the video yet, please go ahead and do so. Plus, right now Atlanta needs all the good mojo they get. I don't know which football gods Younghoe Koo and Atlanta upset, but 2 missed kicks in the first quarter. And what could be a 1-point game, or if it was my scoring, it would be tied with Julio Jones' touchdown giving Atlanta 1 point. But that is not the case. All right, red zone peek here. The Rams and the Giants. This is somewhat important for Atlanta. It would be in the Falcons' best interest if the Rams lost today. Could open up a potential wild card spot. And the Rams are at the goal line right now. Let's see. Andrew, horrible play calling. It's not horrible play calling. Like, the play calling has gotten them into field goal range on back-to-back drives. They've missed 2 kicks. Let me ask you this question, Andrew. If Younghoe Koo makes both those kicks, are you still saying horrible play calling? Probably not. Like, there are things you can blame coaches for. Coaches don't make or miss kicks. That's not on them. First and 10 for the Bears now. Once again, taking over after a missed field goal. This time at their own 32. Pistol, handoff, run, and that is a minimal gain for Khalil Herbert. Flag comes in late. Late flag on the play. Maybe a hold, although I think this might be an unnecessary roughness. Let's see. Flag's picked up. No foul on the play. Okay. No foul. No penalty. Second and 10. Snap to Fields in the pistol. He's going to keep it. He'll run to the right, and he'll pick up about 3 yards. So that brings up third down for the Bears. Start spamming those threes. Let's go. Mike Evans with a 33-yard grab for the Bucs. Not good news for the Falcons or for my fantasy team. No one cares, but I care. I'm in the championship. I care. And I'm going to subject you guys to 3 hours of my fantasy football update. Yeah, Luke Getsy, the Bears offensive coordinator, stinks. Fields in the gun on 3rd and 7. Atlanta showing pressure. They bring pressure. Fields throws down the left sideline. Caught DJ Moore. A great throw, but maybe even a better catch by number 2. Great ball to DJ Moore, and Moore is doing what he had done for so long in Carolina, killing the Falcons. A.J. Terrell, just simple man coverage, right? Everyone's got a guy. We're bringing the house. We're sending the blitz. There's no safety help. And it's a great catch by DJ Moore. So Fields out to the Falcons' 34-yard line. Takes the snap. Looking, climbing the pocket, wants to run with it. He does, and Fields picks up about 6 or 7 with his legs. And Chicago, with a 7-0 lead with 90 seconds to go in the first quarter, are driving yet again inside or just about inside the Prize Picks red zone. Red zone peak here. The Bills were trailing 7-0 after Jalen Reagor housed the opening kick for the Patriots. Now Buffalo appears to be on top 10-7. Second and 1. DJ Moore with a career-high 1,200 receiving yards this year. Fields under center. Takes the snap. Handoff. Run with it. And this is going to be a first down Chicago. Over 200 people tuned in. Like the video if you have not already. Bubba, anyone know the temperature there? About 33 degrees. Now, the snow is starting to slow down a little bit. It's not snow. It's like snowflakes, right? It's not sticking to the ground. We've got an injured Falcon on the play right now. I can't really see who it is. That? Oh, it's Zach Harrison. I was afraid of that. That's the rookie out of Ohio State. He's had a really nice stretch the last couple of weeks. He's helped up, and he looks to be okay. That'd be a big-time bummer, right? Zach Harrison just playing some really good football at the end of his rookie year. You don't want to see it cut short due to an injury. Kind of go into the offseason on a high note at the very least. Sam Howell and the Commanders are trailing 10-0. What's new? Well, a nice big play here. No, I feel bad for Commanders fans. They really got blue-balled. Like, they thought they had their guy in Sam Howell. He is not the guy. First and 10 Bears at the Falcons 22. Pitch left, run for Herbert, and he is tripped up after a gain of 2. Moves inside the 20-yard line, though, so that'll move us to the Red Zone, which is brought to you by Prize Picks. $100 deposit match when you go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS. First quarter comes to an end, 7-0 Chicago. Bears with the football inside the red zone. DJ Moore doing all the damage right now for the Bears offense. 17,119 subscribers. We're chipping away, baby. We are continuing to grow, so if you have not subscribed yet, please go ahead and do so. You don't want to miss a thing. Red Zone peak here is I know everyone's very interested in what the playoff circumstances are across the league. The Dolphins are leading the Ravens 10-7. Both those teams are fighting for the number 1 seed. The Ravens clinched the 1 seed with a win today. The Dolphins give themselves a chance of getting the 1 seed with the win. If the Dolphins lose today and the Bills beat the Patriots, which they are currently leading, Week 18, Buffalo, Miami, winner take all for the AFC East. That's going to be your Sunday Night Football game. Now, as for the Bucs game, Baker Mayfield and company trail 7-0 early in the second quarter. That's good. Very, very rarely do you ever want the Saints to win. This is one of those cases. If the Saints beat the Bucs today, we move into Week 18 with Atlanta playing New Orleans. And if Atlanta beats New Orleans, they have the head-to-head tiebreaker with them. And if the Bucs were to lose to the Panthers in Week 18 in an all-time choke job, Atlanta has a home playoff game, ladies and gentlemen. Now, had the Falcons just won one more game this year, they would not need the Panthers to beat the Bucs. So pick your game that the Falcons choked away. The Vikings game, the Cardinals game, the Bucs game. There's a lot of them. Over 226 people tuned in, just 4 likes away from 100. Let's get to 100 likes. Come on now. If you have not liked the video yet, what are you doing? Oh boy. I'm in the fight for my life right now. Fantasy-wise, no one cares, I know. But I care. We have a pick 6 for the Eagles right now. Sidney Brown housed it. 14-3 Philly over the Arizona Cardinals. And we got to 100 likes. 2nd and 7. We're back from break. Fields throwing, and that is caught. And Robert Tonyan, the backup tight end on 2nd and 7, has a first down for Chicago. Robert Tonyan tackled at about the 9-10 yard line. It'll be 1st and goal Chicago. Got to 100 likes, so we'll add someone to the free entry. Richard, we don't have vodka. I don't think we have Fireball, though. Fields on 1st and goal is going to run it himself, and he's got a touchdown. Fields runs it in for 6, and the Bears stretch their lead. It's 13-0 Bears. Just a bad performance from the Falcons defense to start this game. There's no other way to slice it. Quarterback draw. And it's a nice run by Fields. A.J. Terrell was probably held. That could have been called. DJ Moore might have gone away with a hold. But DJ Moore Justin Fields just extends for the pylon. He gets it. So the extra point now for the Bears is up, and it is good. 14-0 Bears. Bad start from the Falcons defense. The offense has moved the ball well. Like, they have 2 field goal attempts. At the very least, it could be 14-6 right now. But 2 drives for Chicago and 2 touchdowns for this Bears offense. I give him a flat-out F. Flat-out F. Richard, how much for Fireball? Let's do $20 for Fireball. $10 for Fireball. I'm not a big shots guy. I do not take shots. I don't handle shots very well. Yeah. Spin zone. Spin zone. Spin zone. Justin Fields looking pretty good right now. That could be your starting quarterback next year. Wouldn't you want Fields to play well if you know he's going to be your starting quarterback for the 2024 season? I'm just going to spin zone this one right here, right? Half glass full, half glass empty. Half glass empty is Falcons are getting chip pumped. Half glass full, the guy doing it is going to be on the Falcons next year. The Bears get that first overall pick, which all they need is Carolina to lose one more game, and Caleb Williams might be too tempting to pass on. Oh, if Justin Fields is the Falcons starting quarterback this year, they're winning 14-0 right now. Although, it really wasn't the Falcons' offensive fault. Let's see. Kobe, we're drafting Marvin Harrison. Marvin Harrison falling that far? I think number 1 is going to be Caleb Williams. Number 2 will be Drake May. And number 3 will be Marvin Harrison. I don't think Atlanta gets that 3rd overall pick. Actually, I know they don't get that 3rd overall pick unless they trade up. So that's my fear of that, or my hesitation, if you will. Bills, with a 10-7 lead over the Patriots, have 1st and goal right now. KR Studios, how are you watching this game? I can't find this game anywhere. I'm watching on TV, silly goose. Still plenty of time. Hey, I'll say this much. If there's one team that knows how to blow a lead, it is the Chicago Bears. They blew a 28-7 lead to the Broncos. They blew a 2-score lead with under 6 minutes to go in the 4th quarter against the Lions. They blew a 10-point 4th quarter lead against the Browns 2 weeks ago. If there is a team that knows how to blow a lead, it is the Bears. So Chicago getting set to kick it off here early in the 2nd quarter. And Patterson lets it go for a touchback. Cordero Patterson, revenge game, was with the Bears for a little bit. Hey-oh, there it is! Rashard Clark, ladies and gentlemen, $10 super chat. $20 super chat. Well, then take 2 fireballs. Also, do you see the Falcons trading up to get a QB if they can't get Justin Fields? Richard, appreciate the super chat. Big Tex, when you get a chance, get the materials for the fireball shots? I don't have the fireball or my shot glass right now. Yep. Just one more. Fields, I beg your pardon. Heineke on the screen, dumps off to Heineke. Hey, Algier. Oh my God, Tyler Algier on the screen. Tyler Algier's gone. Touchdown. Tyler Algier, 75-yard touchdown screen pass. Atlanta's on the board. The Falcons respond quickly with a touchdown. I got sidetracked from Rashard Clark, but Tyler Algier takes a screen pass, 75 yards to the house. He picks up some nice blocking. And then he does the rest himself. Unbelievable. Wow, Tyler Algier, 75-yard. And Atlanta, just like that, they're not going down without a fight. Younghoe Koo has missed 2 field goals. Extra point is good. So it is 14-7. And quickly, Atlanta formulates a response for an early deficit. Wow, okay. I mean, I was just so excited about our super chat from Richard, and then Tyler Algier said, excuse you, we're running an operation here. So Tyler Algier, 75-yard screen pass from Taylor Heineke, has this game a 1-score game. Tyler, you're absolutely right. Scotty Miller with excellent downfield blocking. If you want to sound smart in a bar talking football, something that never gets talked about enough is wide receiver blocking. I know that's not what you're really paying them to do, but in some ways, you are. Because they're out there for 50, 60 plays maybe, and they might only catch 7, 8 balls. They're not just effing around for the other 58 plays. Oh, boy. Yeah, thank you. Okay. We had a super chat coming from Dr. Crew. Dr. Crew will hit that in a moment. But we do have Andrew Kim in the chat saying, the Bears. Andrew Kim coming to a Falcons chat with this nonsense. Bear down, Kimmy. All right. I owe 2 shots. And touchback on the kickoff here. So Rashard Clark, 2 shots of fireball. Cannonball coming. That's harsh. Okay, I got one more. My lucky day, Rashard. Cannonball coming. Okay. Also, do you see the Falcons trading up to get a QB? I think it's possible. I do. I think we need to see how the next 2 games go. Rashard, I'll give you a better answer when I know what pick the Falcons have. Oh, man, Justin Fields threw a screen pass that could have been picked off for 6 points. Arnold Ebiketie. Oh. Okay. We're putting this devil's scrotum away. Dr. Crew, y'all should check out the Browns report. I've only heard good things about the Browns report by Chat Sports, Dr. Crew. I think the guy that runs it does an awful job, but the fan base is awesome there in Cleveland. They do not give up. 2nd and 10 for the Bears. And it's a handoff to Herbert. And Atlanta's defense, Ryan Nielsen was chewing out some guys on the sideline because they have bounced back with the first 2 plays of this drive. No gain on that run, 3rd and 10. Nick Panagakis, no comments. 3rd and 10. All right, Fields with 3rd down in shotgun. Span those 3s. He takes the snap. 4-man rush. Plenty of time. Now he throws. Has a man, and this has caught Robert Tonyan. Flag on the play, but a gain of 6 in the meantime. So for now, it'll be 4th down. Well, let's see what the call is. It appears to be going against Chicago. I think this might be a chop block. Tripping, offense. That's on the right guard, Nate Davis. Penalty decline. We have seen a lot of tripping calls lately. I'm not quite sure why the emphasis came in on it. Let's watch this. Oh, that's just blatant tripping, actually. Yeah. He's just a shitty matador right there. That is tripping. Adam, is Alvin Kamara cooking right now? I sure hope not. I'm playing against Kamara. No one cares. In my fantasy football championship, no big deal. So Trenton Gill, the punter, sends it high into the Chicago sky. Trenton Gill might be one of the worst punters in the NFL. That goes out of bounds near the 30-yard line. I don't know how you kick it out of bounds when you're at your own, in good range, the whole field in front of you. And you're like, let's kick it out of bounds so that they can't even potentially have it roll backwards or something like that. Roman got Bijan right now in my fantasy game. Bijan's been okay, but he hasn't won your game just yet. We got to 113 likes, so big text. We owe them a free entry. Let's spam ATL in the chat yet again. Spam ATL. and we're going to pick someone out of the chat for a free entry for our giveaway item today, which is a Falcons man cave wall art. I have it in my hands right now, but it did not come in time. Sorry. So we'll just get it, but when it comes on Monday, we'll get it to you after that. But this is what I'm talking about as the Bears lead 14-7. It is this man cave wall art item, which if you want to guarantee a spot in the giveaway race, super chat and we'll add you to it. Or every 50 likes, we do a free entry from the chat. So spam ATL right now. I'm going to pick someone out of the chat to potentially win this bad boy. We'll run that race at the end of the game. This is the rest of the super chat menu as well. We added fireball shots for $10. $10, I take fireball shots, and it's harsh. It's harsh. All right, picking someone out of the chat as Will Levis has left the game trailing 17-0 with an injury to the Texans. In 3, 2, 1. I've got Ty Man the Buckeye. Ty Man the Buckeye. First name right there I saw. 230 people hanging out with us right now. 116 likes. Every 50 likes is another free entry for someone out of the chat. So Ryan Tannehill is back in for Tennessee. And Ryan Tannehill throws a nice pass to DeAndre Hopkins. Yeah, let's do it. So while we're at commercial break here, make sure they don't come back. Or we'll do it next time. I do love when the B-roll, the coming back from commercial break, shows whatever the city they're playing in, the local food scene. Like a couple guarantees. If it's in Chicago, deep dish. If it's in Seattle, they go to that fish market every single time, right? If it's Fox and it's in New York before a baseball game, they do something really fucked up. 1st and 10, Heineke hands it off, and Robinson picks up 2 yards. If you know, you know. Richard, you're on the Hall of Fame board. I'm sorry, bud. That was just lazy forgetting by me for a moment there. Thank you for the reminder, Richard. I never claimed to be good at my job. So I can't be charged with that. What I can claim to be bad at is finding a way to write this on my table. Richard Clark, I'm writing your name right now. 2nd and 8. Play action for Heineke. He throws over the middle. That is dropped by Kyle Pitts. Richard with just 1A. Richard, appreciate you. Eyes in the sky. Right there, buddy. Added to our MVP board with Jess and Roll and Travis and Jim, Miss Kelly and Buster Deering. 3rd and 8 for the Falcons. At the Atlanta 30. Snap to Heineke. He's going to try and avoid a sack, but he won't do a very good job of it as he's taken down. So Dexter, the rookie out of Florida, gets the sack, and that'll bring up 4th and 10. Looks like Dexter and Walker got to Heineke. So 4th and 8, Atlanta punts it. First punt of the day for either side. All right, I beg your pardon. First punt for Atlanta today. Bradley Pinion, the Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee for Atlanta, sends it high into the Chicago sky. It's fair caught at the 25-yard line. So the Bears take over with a 14-7 lead, 11 minutes to go in the second quarter. While they're at break, I do want to tell you guys about our sponsor today, which is Prize Picks. So if you're unfamiliar with Prize Picks, let me get you caught up on what Prize Picks is. And that is daily fantasy made easy. It's super simple and user-friendly. You pick 2 to 6 players. Now, the more players you select, the more potential winnings. If you pick up to 6 players, you could win up to 25 times your money. That's taking $10 and turning it into $250. So here are my selections for Sunday Night Football. I like the less on Jaren Hall's passing yards. Rookie, 222.5, seems like a big number to me. I like the more on Jordan Love's passing yards at 199.5, along with Justin Jefferson's receiving yards. Now, those stat projections are lowered because they are goblin numbers, which means they are easier to retain but not as big of a payout. And then finally, I took the less on Alexander Mattison at 19.5 rushing yards. Very sad, but he had negative rushing yards last game. So if you like my selections, ride with me or fade me at prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first-time deposit match up to $100. I put that link in the comments and description of today's video. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy. Let's check in on our live sub count here. We're at 17,125. Help us reach our next milestone, which is 17,200. But I view the subscriber live count as like playing Oregon Trail. Like, you can't just skip all the way to the end. We've got to get through some tough shit first, right? We got to do some cannibalistic stuff. So we got to get to 17,150 first. So if you have not subscribed yet, please go ahead and do so. Red Zone Peak here. We are an extra point away from a tied ball game in our capital city. Niners, Commanders, 10 apiece. Meanwhile, the Cardinals are in the city of brotherly love, and they are trailing, but they have the ball, and they are driving down 14-3, knocking on the red zone door. Let's see what Kyler Murray has dialed up here. Oh, cute little Kyler. Oh, he's going to get a flag, too. He slid, and then he got hit late. No flag. That's shocking. So 4th down now. Bears have it at their own 25, and Fields on the option keeps it, and Nate Landman makes a nice open field tackle, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 9. Fields took a big hit from Nate Landman. Nate Landman has been, and again, casuals won't know it, he's been a top 10 linebacker in football this year. He has been sensational. Takeaways, open field tackles, coverage. He's playing incredible. Took over after Troy Anderson went down in week 1. 2nd and 8 right now for Fields and the Bears. At the 27, snap to Fields. He's looking, plenty of time, checks it down over the middle, caught, and Khalil Herbert is not going very far with it. Gain of 1. So 3rd down. Start spamming those threes. Let's go. Spam those threes. 3rd down. The snow has essentially stopped in Chicago. 3rd and 7 at the 28. Snap to Fields. Fields throwing over the middle. That is caught, and 1st down right now for DJ Moore on 3rd and 7. He got about 7 yards, and that looks to be enough for a 1st down. First and 10 for the Bears. Fields, 4 grabs, 80 yards, and a touchdown today. Or more, I should say. 1st and 10, Fields will hand it off, and a nice run for Khalil Herbert. Khalil Herbert, 1st down. Gain of 12. Richie, or I beg your pardon, looks like that Clark Phillips making the tackle. Man, Nate Landman nearly had him. Just couldn't really get him into his grasp. Now, DeMarco Helms, the rookie safety, made the tackle. First and 10, Fields rolling to his right. And he throws it, and this is caught. Tyler Scott, the rookie, gain of 15. And the Bears are across the 50. Kaysen saying they need to double-team DJ Moore. I don't disagree. DJ Moore has had a really strong first half. He's up to 80 yards and 1 touchdown and puts him on pace for over 200 yards. First and 10 right now for Chicago. Fields in the gun at Atlanta's 36. Takes the snap. Throws to his left, and that is incomplete. Looking for the fullback and just too high. Too high. Red zone peek here. Jags have first and goal over Carolina, leading 6-0. Big game for Jacksonville without Trevor Lawrence. A win, and they go into Week 18 controlling their own destiny to make the postseason. Winning, they're in Week 18. Nick Panagakis spams 0 if you want DJ Moore to get 0 more. I know what more is. It's like broken English, Nick. Second and 10, play fake. Fields throwing to his left, and that is caught. Tunyon running with it. Tunyon is tackled at the 12. So Cole Kmet, the starting tight end for Chicago, got injured last week, missed all practice this week. Was activated for the game, but we have not really seen him. It's been Robert Tunyon, the backup, pretty much taking all the snaps at tight end. Man, I would feel bad for anyone that had Cole Kmet in their fantasy league and played him. Couldn't be me. Inside the Prize Picks red zone. Bills pick 6. And it is a run for Herbert. Second and 7. Second and 7. Looks like Matthew Stafford just threw a pick 2. No, Leroy, I'm just upset that my fantasy team in the championship is choking it away. Fields dumps it off, and it is caught by Herbert. And Khalil Herbert on second and 7 gets about 6 yards, and we're going to have 3rd and 1. Span those threes. Let's go. Span those threes. Time, man, the bots today are extra awful. Mosquito season right now. Big play here for the Falcons defense, right? Try and keep it to a field goal potentially, or maybe try and entice Chicago to go for it. Fields on 3rd and 1, hands it off. And Herbert Roshan Johnson, that is, might have gotten it. It'll be very close on 3rd and 1. We have an injured Falcon on the play. Oh, can't really see who it is. Is that Zach Harrison? Zach Harrison went down early in the game. I can't really see the number or anything. No, it's Albert Huggins, the defensive tackle. Now, we're still waiting on a spotting for this 3rd down call. But Albert Huggins is injured on the play, and Atlanta really just can't afford to take more injuries. Grady Jarrett banged up. Grady Jarrett lost for the year. David Onyemata banged up. You are running thin on the defensive line. Richard from Atlanta, is it snowing? It is snowing. A light dusting. The snow's not sticking, so it doesn't look like a snow game. It's hard to tell whether or not Roshan, the rookie out of Texas, got the first down. Dylan, I'm going to guess a Falcons loss equals no playoffs. Yes. Although I don't think that's technically true. I think if every other wild card team lost, they'd have a chance. 4th and inches, they do spot it short. So, span those fours. Let's see what the Bears want to do. Go for it, kick the field goal, make it a 10-point lead. So the Bears are going to keep their offense on the field on 4th and inches. The Bears have not been a very good 4th down team this year. Atlanta just lost a defensive tackle on the last play. I suspect, well, Luke Getsy, if he was smart, he would attack that. But Luke Getsy, the Bears offensive coordinator, is an idiot, so he probably won't. Fields, QB sneak. I think he got it, but it's close. I mean, he only needed like half a football, not even. So he didn't need to gain a whole lot. Second effort got it for him. So 1st down, Chicago, 1st and goal now. For a moment there, it looked like Fields wouldn't get it, but I think he does get it. Bliss, let's talk draft, boys. I say Penix. I'm a big Michael Penix fan. I think Michael Penix is a pretty good quarterback. I think Michael Penix would be a very attractive target for Atlanta if they get out of the Jaden Daniels range. On 1st and goal, they hand it off. Touchdown, Bears. Roschon Johnson, the rookie, runs it in. And the Bears' lead is back to 14. 21-7 with an extra point coming. So the Bears, who have had their fair share of blown leads this year, command an early dominating lead over the visiting Falcons right now. So Roschon Johnson for Chicago punches it in. Cairo Santos on for the extra point. Extra point is up, and it is good. 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. Atlanta gets... No, I lied. Chicago gets the ball to start the second half. I tried to be positive for a moment, but no. Remember, they had the 50-yard missed Younghoe Koo field goal. I mean, if Younghoe Koo just makes one of those 2 field goals, it's 21-10. You're getting the ball back with an opportunity to maybe kick another field goal and go into the half down by 8 at, not the worst, but much more feasible. But 2 empty drives to start the game with missed field goals. It's just tough to overcome that if the opposing offense doesn't blink. And the Bears have scored on 3 out of their 4 drives so far. Remember, subscribe to the channel. We crossed 17,000 subscribers about a week or so ago. So we're marching to 18K, but we got to get to 17,150 first. Join the channel if you have not joined already. As Richard Clark says, it does not look good. I do have some good news. The Saints are beating the Bucs 14-0. So if Atlanta can find a way to come back in this game, they're getting the help they need from New Orleans right now. So that's some positive news, I suppose. Super Chat menu, by the way, for anyone just tuning in or if you want to support the show. Super Chats go a really long way to not only support the channel, but they help me get more studio space so we can do more fun stuff like this. So first-time Super Chatters, it's Dirty Bird's call. Every Super Chat gets on screen, gets a shout-out for everyone to see. $2 Super Chat gets you entered into our Falcons board giveaway. We've got this awesome Falcons man cave wall art that you can add to your basement, to your room, to your office. Just a $2 Super Chat gets you entered to win that giveaway, which we are going to do at the end of the game. So if you want to add to your Falcons man cave, $2, and it could be yours. $5, a nice beers cheers. We're doing $10 fireball shots, and then $20 gets you added to our Falcons Hall of Fame board. So that is our Super Chat giveaway, our Super Chat menu for today. Always appreciate those of you that Super Chat. Richard Clark, Adam, AJ, Jim, Dr. Crew. You guys kick ass. Thank you so much. Okay. We're also closing in on another free entry for the Falcons Man Cave Wall Art giveaway item. Every 50 likes. '49ers over the Commanders 13-10 with just a few ticks left in the second quarter. Chicago going to kick it off here. And out the back of the end zone for a touchback. Taylor Heineke takes the field. Derek Carr to Taysom Hill, by the way, on that second Saints touchdown. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens can clinch the 1 seed with a win today, and they are leading the Dolphins 21-13. Rashad Bateman left wide open. Oh, no, I beg your pardon. That's Zay Flowers. And a long touchdown for Zay Flowers. Heineke at his own 25 takes the snap. Play fake. Heineke looking, throwing, and this will be incomplete. Caught by Drake London, but out of bounds by a mile. $2 super chat. Let's go. From Matty Ghost. Please, Bears win. Need Arthur Fluff fired. It's funny because both fan bases are in similar spots right now where if the Falcons were to win, Bears fans would be somewhat happy because that means Matt Eberflus might get fired. 2nd and 10. Matty goes, appreciate your super chat, man. Thank you so much. Snap to Heineke. It's a handoff to the right for Robinson, and Bijan is cut down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Jalen Johnson, the rookie, and he's going to go off the field. He looks to be a bit shaken up after that last tackle. Jalen Johnson, one of the best one of the best young corners in the league. But he has battled injuries throughout his career, shoulder injuries specifically. 3rd and 9, Heineke takes the snap. Throws, and that is bobbled and then incomplete, but for a moment nearly caught for a first down or picked off by Jaquan Brisker. It's a nice throw by Heineke, and it should have been caught for a first down. But unfortunately, Hodge can't make the squeeze. We've got a $2 super chat. Epic! Bradley Pinion on for a second time today to punt it away. Free my boy all game streaming here. Nope. I hate the bots. Spam B to block the bots. And Pinion's punt takes a bounce, returned by Taylor, and he is taken down at the 34. Mac Hollins, who has done more on special teams, it feels like, than at receiver the last couple of weeks, making a nice open field tackle. 15 likes away from another free entry for the Falcons Man Cave Wall Art. 1st and goal for the Rams here on the Red Zone channel. Matthew Stafford from the 5 would really like a touchdown pass. Damn it. Incomplete. 2nd and goal. I would love a Matthew Stafford touchdown pass. Need a Matthew Stafford touchdown pass. Baker and the Bucs trail 14-0, and Baker is sacked. Fields and the Bears. 1st and 10 at their own 34. Takes the snap, pitch left, run for Herbert, and Herbert gets about 6-7 yards on the play. 2nd down, under 5 minutes to go. Clock stops when you go out of bounds. Right. Clock stops when you go out of bounds under 5 minutes to go. Cooper Kupp to score a touchdown. That better have been a touchdown pass from Stafford. I will shit a brick if it's a run. This has to be a touchdown pass. I'm gonna end the stream if this is some sort of End around handoff. No, this is going to be a touchdown pass. 2nd and 4. Sorry, everyone. I know, no one cares, but my fantasy team's in the championship. I'm going to be that annoying guy. I usually hate that guy. I usually tell that guy to go fuck himself. But I'm that guy this week. 3rd and 3 for the Bears. And let's see if Chicago takes a snap before the 2-minute warning. They're at their own 40. And they're going to let this go all the way down the 2-minute warning. Try to get a jump from Atlanta. The Falcons don't bite. And 2-minute warning in the first half. It's 21-7 Chicago. Bears with the football. I'll say it. If the Bears win, I beg your pardon, if the Bears score, game over. Because Chicago gets the ball to start the second half. You can't lose the middle 4 minutes, right? You can't let the Bears score and get the ball back and potentially go down 35-7 without touching the football. No. Super Chat menu, though. First time Super Chatters, Dirty Birds. Every Super Chat is a shout-out. $2 Super Chat like Matty Ghost and Epic just did. Gets you entered into our Falcons Wall Art Man Cave entry giveaway we're doing at the end of the game. $5 Super Chat. It's a Beers Cheers. I have not had a Beers Cheers in a little bit. Would love to get one before the end of the half. $20 gets you added to our Falcons Hall of Fame board. It's got a couple of the big ballers of the channel throughout the entire year so far. We've added 2 people today, Jim Taylorson and Rashard Clark. So if you want to join some of the legends of Falcons today, $20 Super Chat, greatly appreciated. In all honesty, it's just a great way to support the channel if you like what we do here, which is completely free coverage, and get us more studio space at Chat Sports to put out more Falcons content. Okay. 3rd down coming up, though, so start spamming those threes. And we are 12 likes away from another free entry. Epic, I totally agree with you. If the Bears score, this game is over. Like, a field goal 24-7 is tough. But a touchdown 28-7. The Bears have blown a 28-7 lead this year. They did it to the Broncos back in week 4. But that one feels really tough. Okay. I am down 3 in my fantasy league in the championship. Come on. Let's pick it up, boys and girls. I need Nick Folk to attempt a field goal. He's just fucking around in the first half. Oh, damn it, Tannehill takes a sack. Okay. 3rd down after the end of this commercial break. Third down, start spamming those threes. 3rd and 3 for Chicago at their own 40. Fields empty set in shotgun after the 2-minute warning. All 6 timeouts are remaining for 2 teams. Atlanta showing pressure. I mean, not a single safety back. Every player in the Falcons is within half a yard of the line of scrimmage. Atlanta sacks Fields. They show pressure, they bring pressure, and the Fields Bears offense can't handle it. That's Caden Ellis. Caden Ellis, first year in Atlanta after a couple of seasons down in the Big Easy, gets one of the easiest sacks of his NFL career. Just completely untouched. And Atlanta's defense gives this team some life, at least, in the first half, forcing a stop, and they're going to get the ball back with 2 timeouts remaining. $5 Super Chat coming in from Matty Ghost. Matty Ghost, all you Arthur Fluff lovers, we aren't going to the playoffs this year or next year with this clown. I'm one of the Arthur Fluff lovers. I'm not a lover, but okay. Meanwhile, the punt for the Bears return across the 25, and that's about as far as it will get. So Taylor Heineke will have 1st and 10 at his own 27-ish yard line. Let's go back to Matty Ghost's super chat really quickly. So, Matty Ghost with a $5 super chat. And listen, I'm not going to go to war for Arthur Smith. I'm not that big of an Arthur Smith stan. I do think he is a good coach. I know that's hot take right there. I feel like he has unfortunately suffered from just bad quarterback play. And it's a bit unfair that if he gets fired, his quarterbacks were the last year Matt Ryan, Marcus Mariota, Desmond Ridder, and Taylor Heineke. I don't know many coaches that would do very well with those guys. So I think giving him a good quarterback, we could see different results. 1st and 10, and Bijan runs to the left for 1 yard. Second and 8. Second and 8, snap to Heineke. Heineke is nearly sacked, gets out of it, trying to run with it, and wisely throws it away. So 1:10, 3rd and 8. Falcons have 2 timeouts. Bears have all 3 timeouts. I kind of lean towards Lee Johnson. You give Arthur Smith an average quarterback. Look what he's won 7 games this year with bad quarterback play. Don't you think he could do better with good quarterback play? 3rd and 8. Snap to Heineke. Heineke throwing, and that is intercepted. That's intercepted. TJ Edwards. What did I just fucking say? Like, this is what I'm talking about. Arthur Smith does not throw interceptions. He doesn't. He's on the sideline. You can get mad at Arthur Smith for doing jet sweeps with John Smith in the red zone. I won't be mad at you for that. But Arthur Smith does not throw this pick. So, if you fire Arthur Smith, you're not going to get less turnovers. Like, he's not throwing the picks. He's not fumbling the football. 1st and 10, Chicago with 1 minute to go. The Bears have all 3 timeouts at Atlanta's 37-yard line. Snap to Fields in the gun. 4-man rush. Fields pressured. Fields avoiding a sack for a moment. Fields now getting out of it. Fields throws it away. Ravens over the Dolphins. Ship pumping in Baltimore. I don't know if it's ship pumping. Ass kicking. 28-13. 15-point lead. Which the Dolphins, the last time they played against the Ravens in Baltimore, they erased a 21-point second half deficit. So, you never know. Andrew, you can't be mad at Arthur Smith. I mean, I don't know if this is you specifically. People are mad at Arthur Smith for not giving Bijan the ball. Now he gives Bijan the ball, and you go, Bijan sucks. He can't win. 2nd and 10, throw out to the right side. This is caught DJ Moore. And DJ Moore picks up 2 yards. It'll be 3rd and 8. Matty Ghost with another $5 super chat. Let's go. Matty Ghost, you are $8 away from joining our MVP board, by the way. 3rd and 8. Matty Ghost, why is he trying to turn Ridder/Heineke into Patrick Mahomes with anticipation throws or throws that require arm strength? Desmond Ridder does have a pretty good arm. Like, he has made some very nice throws down the field. You have to give Ridder credit for that. Like, he is not a quarterback that can't push the ball down the field. His issue is just turnovers. So, I don't think this is him trying to force those guys into Mahomes. Like, Mahomes is a magician, right? He extends plays and whatnot. He has great telepathy with Travis Kelce. I don't think these are anticipation throws. Like, these are just bad throws and bad decisions by the quarterback. I don't think we're going to see eye to eye on this one, Matty Ghost. I do not give Arthur Smith as much blame as maybe other people do. He's not blameless, but he is not the biggest problem in Atlanta. It is quarterback play with the Falcons. 3rd and 8, snap to Fields. Turnovers. Fields on 3rd and 8, rolling to his left. And he slides. Bears are looking for a flag. No, I beg your pardon. Justin Fields slid behind the line of scrimmage. That's not giving yourself up, right? I've never seen a quarterback slide behind the line of scrimmage. So the Falcons just try and tackle him. Now, Justin Fields, unfortunately, has gotten no favors from the referees this year. I don't think he has a single roughing the passer call. It's crazy. So the Bears called a timeout with 4 seconds left to kick a field goal at the end of the game here. It's a bit of a hit to the head, and Fields is sliding. But I do wonder if you slide behind the line of scrimmage, like, is that a penalty? I've never seen a quarterback slide behind the line of scrimmage. If that play was 10 yards down the field, then that's probably getting a flag maybe. So Cairo Santos on. He's 29 for 31 this season. He just got a nice extension from the Bears. He's very accurate, but he doesn't have a crazy strong leg. This is from 55 to end the half. Kick is up, and kick is online, and does not have the distance. Return starts from the back of the end zone. And D. Alford across the 20. Now he's going east and west. He picks up a block. D. Alford's across the 40. Alford's across the 50. Alford's got one man to beat. D. Alford inside the 30. D. Alford is taken down at the 12. That's the end of the half. D. Alford nearly pulled a Devin Hester in Chicago, who had a 109-yard kick return against the Giants in a similar situation. D. Alford taken down by Lucas Patrick, and then Robert Tonyan trips him up. Wow. D. Alford nearly had a 109-yard return for 6. Arthur Smith thought he was going to go, and he is taken down at the last moment. Last man to return a kickoff for a touchdown, or I guess similar situation in Chicago, was Cordero Patterson, who is on the Falcons now. So the half is over. 21-7, Bears over the Falcons. Chicago gets the ball to start the second half. We're going to get the first half stats on screen in just a moment, but grade the first half. I give it a D+. D+. You're down 21-7. I mean, you're on pace to lose this game 42-14. Not a very good first half showing from Atlanta. Unfortunately, those two missed kicks, I mean, I bet everyone's got a different tune if it's at least 21-10. 21-7, that's a bit of a butt whooping. So, first half stats are coming on screen in just a moment here, as it is 21-7. Nope. Not 29-10. Justin Fields with a nice first half. DJ Moore especially with a nice first half. Super Chat rolling in from Matty Ghost. Let's hit up Matty Ghost's Super Chat, and then we will throw in the first half stats. And then I got to run to the little boys' room. Matty Ghost, appreciate your Super Chats. You are $3 away now from reaching $20 and joining our MVP board. Why? Okay, that was his last one. Matty Ghost's latest Super Chat here. Run blocking has been terrible for most of this year. I thought Arthur Fluff was a guru. Matty Ghost, you should go look at some other offensive lines. Like, I don't think terrible, and we're going to continue to see differently on this one, is a fair way to describe the offensive line for Atlanta this year. You should go check out some other offensive lines. There are a lot of teams that would love to have the Falcons' offensive line. Has it been as good as last year's? Probably not. But I don't think I would use the word terrible to describe it. I appreciate the Super Chat, but I don't think it's terrible. I do agree that Arthur Smith was a run guy, and it has not been a very lucrative run game, with Bijan being a top 10 pick for what our expectations were. But I don't think terrible is what I call it. So maybe downgrade terrible, and I can come closer to your side of the bench. Here are the first half stats. I've got to run to the bathroom, and then we will reconvene for the second half in just a few minutes. 21-7 Chicago over Atlanta. Second half about to kick off from Soldier Field. In fact, it just did, and the return for the Bears is out the end zone, across the 15, across the 20, and that's about as far as it will go. So Velus Jones, the second-year man from Tennessee, will give the Bears pretty average starting field position here. Who you got, Atlanta or Chicago? Let me know in the chat right now. 21-7 Bears with the ball to start the second half. Let me know who you got right now in the comment section. Pretty doom and gloom, not going to lie, but maybe we get some frisky Falcons. Frisky Falcons. I also owe 3 beers cheers to Matty Ghost for 3 $5 super chats. First and 10, Fields. He throws over the middle. That is caught DJ Moore. Big gain for DJ Moore out to the 50. So over a 25-yard throw and catch for Fields and Moore on the first play of the second half. Another cheers for Matty Ghost. DJ Moore over 100 yards now. And my last cheers to DJ Moore. Christian McCaffrey is not hurt. Did Elijah Moore just score a touchdown? Oh my God. First and 10. I'm gonna fucking throw up. Elijah Moore just stole Christian McCaffrey's touchdown. Time man, I'm tasking you. Find out how serious Christian McCaffrey's injury is. All right, back to me doing my own job. Second and 1 for Chicago. They're already out to Atlanta's 38-yard line. Another run for the Bears. And Khalil Herbert has the first down. Herbert's free. Herbert's loose. Inside the 20. Herbert tackled at the 3-yard line. Inside the red zone, brought to you by Prize Picks. First and goal, Chicago. Khalil Herbert and the Bears closing in on punching it in for another touchdown to take a 28-7 lead. They have first and goal at the 4. Fields in the gun. Takes the snap. Fields throwing to the right. That is incomplete for DJ Moore. I think the argument of who's better, Heineke or Ritter, in the moment will sound like a fair argument to have. I think we're going to look back in a few years and go, what did it matter? They both kind of sucked. Like, I don't know if one of them really gave you a much better chance of winning compared to the other. Second and goal for Fields. Snap to Fields. QB run. Fields trying to get the edge. Fields pushed out of bounds at the line of scrimmage. Third and goal. Spam those threes. Spam those threes. Spam those threes. Let's go. Third and goal. Fields in the pistol. Takes the snap. Option. He's going to throw to the back of the end zone. Caught. Incomplete. Caught by Tyler Scott momentarily, but he is out of bounds. Fourth and goal. Tyler Scott, the rookie, gets his left-footed, but he's out of bounds. Out of bounds. So now Chicago faces fourth and goal from the 3. What do they want to do? Offense is going to go for it. This is good for Atlanta. You need a chance to keep this a 14-point game. I don't know why the Bears would not kick a field goal here. I know you're at the 4, but if you're Chicago, you could make it a 3-score game in the third quarter. Whereas if you don't get it, you kind of give the Falcons a little bit of momentum and a little bit of hope. Atlanta called a timeout, though. The Bears should kick the field goal here. You're up 14. You can make it a 17-point game. 3 scores. Your defense is playing well. Instead, you open up an opportunity, and they do send the field goal unit out. Okay. So the Bears are listening to me indeed. Okay. 4th and goal, and the Bears are going to attempt a 22-yard chip shot field goal. They missed a field goal to end the first half, nearly returned for a touchdown, 12 yards shy. And Cairo Santos for a 22-yarder to make it a 17-point lead is good. So the Bears tack on 3 more to start the second half. 24-7, Bears over the Falcons. Ayo, 17,130 subscribers. Help us get to 17,150. If you have not subscribed yet, make sure to do so. I don't want you to miss a single Falcons news or rumors video because let's be honest, this is going to be an extremely critical and important offseason for Atlanta. Whether it's picking a new quarterback, a new coach, or both. 2 big decisions are waiting for Terry Fontenot and the Falcons, if he even gets to make those decisions. Before we get to all of that good stuff, I do want to tell everyone about our sponsor today, which is Prize Picks. Prize Picks is a super user-friendly and simple daily fantasy sports service out there that I'm so excited to share with you all, because all you do at Prize Picks is select 2 to 6 players, choose more or less on their projected stats, and then if you go 6 for 6, you could win up to 25 times your money, 4 for 4, 3 for 3, 2 for 2, 5 for 5, whatever it might be. So I went for 4 selections. I took the less on Jaron Hall's passing yards against the Packers on Sunday Night Football. Took the more on Jordan Love's passing yards. Took the more on Justin Jefferson's receiving yards. And then I'm fading Alexander Madison because he sucks. And I took the less on his rushing yards. So if you like my selections, feel free to ride with me or fade me, but just do it at prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first-time deposit match up to $100. Now that link is in the comments and description of today's video. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy. We were at 148 likes. We are 2 likes away. Puka Nacua, you got to fucking score there, dude. Push out of bounds to the 1-yard line. I needed that for for Matthew Stafford. We're 2 likes away, 1 like away now. Big Tex, can we throw on the giveaway item really quickly? So we are going to do a race at the end of the game for this Falcons Man Cave wall art. And so if you want to join that race, either like the video, and every 50 likes, we do a free entry from the chat, which we just got to 150, or super chat any amount, and we're going to include you in that race. So if you want to come home with this Falcons wall art man cave wall art, super chat, and we'll toss you in that race. So we're at 151 likes. Hit that thumbs up button, and we're going to pick someone out of the chat in just a moment. But first, we have a kickoff to restart the game. Time, man, I sure hope not. I really need a Puka Nacua to score a touchdown. Okay. Let's get some good vibes going here. 224 people watching right now. If you have not liked the video yet, obviously do so. But let's spam ATL in the chat right now. Spam ATL in the chat. Let's get some good vibes going here. Spam ATL. Let's go. Let's go. We're picking someone who's spamming ATL. 1st and 10. Heineke in the pistol. Takes the snap, throws to his right. That's caught. Bijan Robinson getting about 5 yards on 1st and 10. Nice pickup for the rookie. Let's go. I'm going to pick someone out of the chat for a free entry for our Man Cave wall art race at the end of the game. And the Rams ran it in for a touchdown. Bless it. All right, 2nd and 5. Hand off to the left, and a nice run for Robinson. 1st down for Bijan. Out towards the 40. All right, picking someone in 3, 2, 1. And I went too fast. 3, 2, 1. I've got Miles W. Miles W. 1st and 10 in the pistol. Heineke takes the snap. Throwing to his right. This is caught. And Van Jefferson on his first grab of the day picks up 8 yards. Moves the ball out towards the 50. Falcons trailing by 17. Trying to make it at least a 10-point game here in the 3rd quarter. Definitely very much alive if that's the case. 2nd and 1. Heineke in the pistol yet again, out at the 50-yard line. Takes the snap. It's a run for Robinson. And Bijan on 2nd and 1 got about 1 yard, but I don't think he got the 1st down. I think he got 3/4 of a yard, and that's going to bring up 3rd and inches. Yeah, the CBS broadcast making a good point. 2nd and 1 is usually your let's take a shot, and we'll get the 1st down on 3rd and 1. But if you don't take a shot and you don't even get the 1st down, what'd you accomplish? 3rd and inches. Play action. Heineke throwing. Has a man. That's a 1st down. That's Michael Pruitt on 3rd and inches. Bears thought run. Falcons pass. Heineke looking for a roughing the passer. Should he get the call? This is roughing the passer. That is roughing the passer. That's a missed call right there. And there comes a flag. That's not really one even the Bears are going to argue. It's late and it's to the head. You broke the 2 cardinal rules of roughing the passer. That's Justin Jones, one of their better defensive players. So that penalty is going to tack on 15 extra yards. And the Falcons are going to have pretty good field position, to say the least. Second, 1st and 10 now at the Bears' 22-yard line. Heineke hands it off. Here's a run for Algier. And Algier is going to run through one arm tackle and get 3 yards. Second and 8. Bills Patriots, 6-point lead for Buffalo, but the Bills are in the red zone. Second and 8. Throw is incomplete to London. Fake pitch to Bijan, throw the other way, and London can't hold on. Had he caught it, maybe a 1-yard gain, so not a real lost opportunity. Tyreek Stevenson, the rookie corner, doing a nice job on Drake London. Good pass breakup. Third and 8. Heineke throws to his right. That is incomplete. Looking for Jonnu Smith on 3rd and 8, and the two cannot connect. Tex is asking a good question. We'll toss it your way. 4th and 8 at the 20-ish yard line. You're down 17. I think you kick the field goal. Like, there's a good amount of time left, but more importantly, I don't think you're converting this 4th and 8. So, at least take something, right? Younghoe Koo, 0 for 2 today, trying to avoid his first ever 3-miss performance. 38-yarder from the left hash is good. So the Falcons come up with some points here midway through the third quarter. They're back to a 14-point deficit. Both sides exchanging field goals early in this game. Justin Fields and the Bears getting ready to retake the field. Help us grow. We're at 17,131 subscribers. Let's get some red zone updates here. We've got Kyler Murray and the Cardinals just being a thorn right now for the Philadelphia Eagles. They're down by 8, but they have the ball inside the red zone. Kyler with a nice run. So the Cardinals trying to, be a little pest for the Philadelphia Eagles. The Colts are playing for their playoff lives, and they're up 14-10 right now against the Raiders, who also need a win to stay alive in the big dance pretty much. Good news, though, for the Falcons. They are getting the help that they need, and that is the Bucs are losing to the Saints 17-0. All of a sudden, New Orleans, if they win today and they win Week 18, they might be the division champs. Let's see what goes on in Philadelphia, though, between the Eagles and the Cardinals. A 2nd and 2 run for James Conner score. 5-yard gain. I feel really bad for all of our viewers. I have subjected them all to my fantasy football. I'm up by 20. I like it. I don't love it. We can do better. We can do better. Let's see. Yeah. Big Tex. So we have a producer. If you guys don't know how this works with Chat Sports, 2-man crew. Big Tex is pushing all the buttons to change things on screen. He's a slut for likes, so I'll tell you that much. He really wants the likes. So make sure to like the video if you have not already. 1st and goal for the Cardinals. James Conner, one-handed grab. Yes, fuck you, Nick. Let's go. James Conner. No, Nick, my friend from high school who I'm playing in fantasy. Let's go. Yes. That's big. That's a big touchdown right there for me. Oh, that gives me a 92-65 lead. All of our guys are basically playing right now. I've got the Broncos defense, and he is Austin Eckler, and that's it for the late slate. I love you, James Conner. James Conner, okay, I've actually been thinking about this, and I know I'm going on a very off-the-trail path here. James Conner has been so much better, I'd say, with the Cardinals than with the Steelers. I don't know if I've ever seen a player who had a better career. I don't know if I've ever seen a running back have a better second half of their career than a first half of their career. Someone tell me if I'm wrong, but James Conner has been way better with the Cardinals than he was with the Steelers, and he was good in Pittsburgh for a while there too. You don't see that with running backs. Velus Jones for the Bears out of the pristine University of Tennessee with a nice return for Chicago. Oh. Taylor Heineke didn't see two guys open for a touchdown the last play. Oh, Taylor Heineke indeed. Fields on the offense, 1st and 10, drop back for Justin. He throws down the left sideline. That is incomplete. Too high for Tyler Scott. The rookie out of Cincinnati, day 3 pick, has been getting a lot of attention in this Chicago offense lately. Yep. 2nd and 10. Nick, in your dreams. Let's go. James Conner. Snow's kind of returning right now. That lake effect. 2nd and 10 for Fields at the 33 in the pistol. 14-point lead midway through the third quarter. It's a run for Chicago, and Roschon Johnson picks up about a yard on the play. 3rd down. Span those threes. Let's go. Gray, what's going on? Do you think if we didn't choke against the Cardinals and Panthers, we would be in the playoffs right now? I mean, let's just flip the Panther score, right? Let's say that Falcons win that game. Guys, they're 8-7, and they could win next week. If they don't even win this week, 9 wins could very well get them in. That Panthers game killed Atlanta. 3rd and 8, span those threes. Let's go. Get to work. Takes the snap. Fields. Pressure. Bud Dupree nearly had him. Now Fields he's on 2 sacks. Fields is going to run with it. Fields, unbelievable play. 1st down. Justin Fields should not have been sacked once. He should have been sacked twice. And he gets out of both, and he runs for the 1st down. I don't know how Fields does this. Bud Dupree has him. That's a sack. Okay, he doesn't have him. That's a sack. Onyemata can't get him. And then it turns into an episode of Wipeout. And Fields jogs for the 1st down. 15-yard gain. Epic. Yep, we need this man on our team. I told you guys, if the Falcons lose, at least lose with Justin Fields looking really good so you can psych yourself in for talking to a trade for him. 1st and 10, Khalil Herbert is taken down for a loss on the pitch. Zach Harrison making a nice tackle. The key is not to look at your fantasy score too often. You know, paint does not dry if you stare at it. 2nd and 11. Fields in the gun. Takes the snap. Goes to his right. Throws that way. This is caught. And a 1st down. Johnson. Recently called up from the practice squad. And a 1st down pickup. It's a very nice throw by Fields, too. Yeah, I think Johnson stepped out of about 2 yards earlier than where he's marked. Right there, he's out of bounds. Oh, that might not be a 1st down, actually. Now, it's a difference of 3 yards, but it is the difference of a 1st down or 2nd and inches. And a snap here, a whistle. And the Falcons are going to challenge this, and they're going to win this challenge. So it'll be 2nd and 1, I think. Johnson's foot just kind of slides out of bounds there. At the very least, he's out 2 yards shy of where they spotted it. Now, I don't know if it'll be a 1st down or not. He might not be out of bounds that 1st time, but he's definitely out of bounds the 2nd time. He's out of bounds there. And that's short of the line to gain. Is it? It'll be close. I think Atlanta wins this challenge. It's just, does it get respotted to a 1st or 2nd down? Yeah, Justin Fields. Can't confirm. Very good. Very good. Red zone peaks here. The Jags are leading the Panthers 16-0. Jacksonville, with their backup quarterback, is doing better against the Panthers and the Falcons. I mean, if you're a Bears fan right now, today really could be going better for you. Because if the Panthers lose, the Bears secure the 1st overall pick in the draft. And the Bears could win. Bailey Zappi, you better not get sacked. Good throw. Okay. Live sub count here. Closing in on 17,150. All right. Let's see what the chat's saying. Lee Johnson, J.J. McCarthy, or Jaden Daniels? Who are you taking as a rookie? Jaden Daniels. I think Jaden Daniels might even be the best quarterback in this draft class. And here's the crazy thing about that statement. If you say that the number one quarterback in the upcoming draft class is not the number one guy, you are looked as a crazy man. But go back to every single draft class. How often has the first quarterback taken been the best quarterback in that draft class? 2018, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. Who's the best? The last two taken, not the first two taken, right? Jared Goff, Carson Wentz. How well did Wentz do? But before the draft, it sounds so crazy to suggest that this guy who's supposed to go in rounds 2, 3, or 4 might be better than a first rounder. But then you look back and you're like, oh yeah, no big surprise right there. I can't tell if he's out of bounds there before the first down marker or if he's down a yard later. Here we go. Here's the call. I don't understand this. He's blatantly out of bounds. So my only interpretation is, and Arthur Smith challenged whether or not it was a first down. They still respotted the ball, but it wasn't a first down. It was a first down still. So instead of being a gain of 14, it was a gain of 13. But don't you win the challenge then because you were correct? It was not correctly spotted? Like, sure, it might not be 2nd and 1, but the referee still got it wrong. It's just not a 14-yard gain. You're respotting it still. I don't think they lost this challenge. Right? Can you lose a challenge when they respot the ball still? They respotted it. This makes no sense. Right. So I've got no issue with them saying, hey, it's a first down, but it's not as big of a gain as we initially spotted it. But if you're respotting the ball, how do you lose the challenge then? Sure, it might not be 2nd down, but it's still not a correct call. You challenged it, and they were, what the fuck? Fields throws to his right. That is incomplete. I don't get that one. I've watched a lot of football in my life. I've never seen a challenge be ruled incomplete. I've never seen a challenge be ruled wrong, but they respot the ball still. I've never seen a team lose a challenge, but the referees go, we will now respot the ball to the correct spot. So the Falcons are down to 1 timeout. That might be crucial later on. Fields in the gun at Atlanta's 42. Hands it off. Herbert running with it. Khalil Herbert, gain of 5 on 2nd and 10. 3rd down. It's almost the 4th quarter. Who wants to guess? No one look. How many yards Bryce Young has to start the 4th quarter? Tech says 80 yards. How many yards does Bryce Young have to start the 4th quarter? Yeah. Try 47 yards. 3rd and 6. Fields, quarterback keeper, runs with it. Fields, stopped. No gain. And Atlanta's defense on 3rd down does their job. That'll bring up 4th down. Just 47 yards going into the 4th quarter. Oh. Miles, it is crazy. 4th and 6. Bears are lining up to go for it. They are in no man's land, and Cairo Santos missed a 55-yarder. Fields on 4th and 6. He might try and get the defense to jump off sides. Oh, and he got them to. They didn't call. I don't see a flag. Fields throws on 4th and 6. That's incomplete. I'm not quite sure if Bud Dupree actually jumped. He flinched, but he didn't jump, and he's not an offensive lineman, so he can flinch. I don't know if Bud Dupree really jumps off sides here. But he kind of flinches it. Watch. They need to jump. I think the Bears might have been fucked. His foot definitely moved forward. You can't review that. And it's a turnover on downs. Yeah. That is something. So turnover on downs. Falcons ball. Down 14. Late in the third quarter. And you get a touchdown on this drive. You go to the fourth, down by 7. It's anyone's game. Red zone peak here. Eagles, 2nd and 2. Fields, do not run it in. Do not run it in. Get Hurts. Get Hurts. Good. Buda Baker, you're my favorite player. I don't know what the Patriots are doing. Their kicker is atrocious. He missed from earlier, and now they're doing a 53-yarder with him. He's going to shank a pot of this. Calling it right now. He missed it. The New England Patriots have the worst kicker in football history. Ty Man, you're right on. The Ravens are beating the Dolphins. They are 15 or so minutes away from clinching a bye in the AFC. Eagles, 3rd and 9, tied with the Cardinals. And they call a timeout. Big game for Philly, right? If they lose here, the Cowboys could win the division in Week 18 with a win. All of a sudden, Philly goes from what I think a lot of people thought would be the 1 seed to the 5 seed. Woo! Big fall. No A.J. Brown touchdown. If I'm Philly, I don't want to get anyone injured. Be a good time to start putting some of the backups in, see what you have moving forward with younger guys. Oh, boy. Okay. Let's go. We're also almost at 200 likes, so make sure to like the video too. Like the damn video, indeed. I can't get over how bad the Patriots kicker is. He's the worst kicker in NFL history. He is atrocious. Oh, Matthew Stafford threw a pick. Bless it. First and 10 for Heineke and the Falcons at their own 38. Pistol, snap to Heineke, play fake. Heineke looking, has all the time in the world, and it is incomplete. Try to find Robinson on the check down. Flag comes in, though. Let's see what the flag is. Jalen Johnson, the Bears' #1 corner. He went down earlier with a shoulder injury. And he is out of the game at the moment. Let's see if Atlanta capitalizes on that with Drake London on this play. 2nd and 10. Heineke looking. Good pocket. Throwing. Intercepted. Tyreek Stevenson interception. And Tyreek Stevenson picks off Heineke. Second INT of the day for Heineke. So Stevenson comes up with the pick. The Falcons turn it right back over to the Bears. And if Heineke turns it over as much as Ritter does, what does Heineke bring that Ritter doesn't? Right? It's a great interception by number 29 for Chicago. First and 10 for the Bears, similar to where they just were a moment ago. On the Falcons 46, Fields looking, Fields throwing, and that is incomplete. There is a flag in the secondary. Flag in the secondary. And let's see what the flag is. Pass interference. Offense. Bayless Jones, who is not a popular man in Chicago, he gets flagged. And that'll make it, well, for starters, it'll put the ball on the Falcons half of the 50. First and 20 now. And the Arthur Smith era, what's the debate over? We're having a long conversation. The linesmen are getting water on the Falcons side. What is this? You got the guys in blue jackets who hold the first down markers. They're taking a tea break. Oh, I might be mean. I think he got hit. Okay, I feel bad. I think the guy who holds the chains got hit. So he's taking a breather, and so they needed a backup chain holder. The guy holding the first down marker got injured, so they need a backup chain holder. Yeah, that's my bad. Called his injury a tea party. Yeah. Okay. So first and 20 still, and they are now going to commercial. So we have an injury, but it's not for anyone on the field. It is one of the lines judges. All right, here we go. Well, we are trying to reach 17,150 subscribers. We are 14 subs away. Please join the channel if you have not already. In the meantime, Sherry Perry. How does your name rhyme so well? I here at Chat Sports, we have hosts covering multiple teams at times. We're still a growing company, and so people got to chip in and help in wherever they can. So I do hop around a little bit from time to time, and I love my job, and I get to talk to the NFL every Sunday. So no complaints on my end. We got Pineapple Show. We got Time Man the Buckeye. Andrew, why do the Falcons always lose on CBS? It is some sort of curse. I hadn't thought about that way, but I guess, yeah, I don't know. Let's see. The Giants, by the way, are in the red zone. They're down 20-16 to the Rams. So the chain crew had an injury. Oh, this guy's eating food. How serious is this injury? He's having a sandwich on. Is that an Uncrustable? He's having a sandwich on the Bears bench. What is this? This is bizarre. Are you hurt or injured? Turn your mic on, ref. No one can hear you. So the chain crew guy is out. He's with an Uncrustable. I'm not joking. He's holding a PB&J right now. I don't know how injured dude. Well, I'm wondering if, this is getting detailed. Did he have, a diabetic thing? He needs some sugar? Who thinks injury? Get the guy an Uncrustable now. I also don't really see anyone run into the chain crew. Oh, we're going back to back. You can't do that. You can't do that. We can't go commercial, come back, no play, back to commercial. That's mean. I don't get that. I don't understand why the remedy to the issue was Uncrustable. That's just fucking insane. I'm not. He didn't. It also got carted off, but he like walked to the cart. So like, is it a knee or like did he get like hit by a player? Which hey, that happens and that can hurt. There was the guy at the Saints game who like just broke everything in his entire leg a few weeks ago. Yeah, I don't get that part. Yep. Okay. Meanwhile, we are checking out red zone updates here. The Colts are leading the Raiders 17-10 in the red zone, 4th and 3. They're going to go for it. Gardner Minshew on 4th down is not going to hike the ball. He just wanted the Raiders to jump. Okay, I got to listen. The fuck happened to this guy? They don't tell us. All right, we're back. 1st and 20, and it's a run for no gain. So a nice play by the Falcons defense after a 10-yard penalty from the Bears offense, and Chicago is looking at 2nd and 20. Hey, ETV, you're right. They gave the Falcons a timeout. There we go. They gave Atlanta their timeout back because they did not lose that challenge. They respotted the ball. It just wasn't 2nd down anymore. I knew that made no sense. Fields throwing. Catching is DJ Moore. DJ Moore's a 1st down. On 2nd and 20, DJ Moore picks up 20 yards. And DJ Moore is, halfway or 3/4 of a way to 200 receiving yards with that one. Mason B. Okay. I feel a little bad now. Mason B. I go as far as the YouTube chat section tells me, most likely a diabetic. I'm sorry. Well, for one, I can't hear the broadcast very well with my headphones on. So they said it. There's a good chance I just missed it. 1st and 10, Bears, after a 20-yard throw to DJ Moore. Fields throwing to the end zone. Incomplete. Tyler Scott nearly had the grab. 2nd and 10. Did they say it on the broadcast? Can someone tell me if they said it on the broadcast? I'm going to look like a real a-hole if they said it on the broadcast. Second and 10. We have an injured Falcon on the play. That is Mike Hughes, cornerback. And he just kind of fell hard on the ground after the play. Yeah. Do they say it was like a diabetic mouth? I'll feel bad. I feel bad if that's the case. Yeah. Mason, they said medical emergency. That sounds diabetic. I don't think it was a case of the munchies. So, also, follow-up question. Did he have the Uncrustable on him? Like, was he prepared? Or it's like, hey, NFL sidelines, they're jam-packed with snacks. I will say, there are more diabetic players in the NFL than people realize. And there are a lot of players that when they go off the field, either have some candy waiting for them. I can't remember who it is, but I believe there was a guy on the Eagles who gets an insulin shot during the game. I can't remember. 2nd and 10 at the Falcons 33. Snap. Run for Herbert, and Herbert picks up 4 yards. Third down coming up. Span those threes. Hype those threes. Let's go. Baker and the Buccaneers are losing 20-0 in the 4th quarter, and things just got tougher. Baker threw his 2nd pick. So, Atlanta's getting the help they need from New Orleans, but they are not taking care of business on their own end. The Falcons, without the ball, are down 14 late in the 3rd. A win would give them a pretty decent shot of making the playoffs going into Week 18. A loss, you're toast. Fields throws over the middle. That is caught DJ Moore on 3rd and 6. He got 5 yards. Not enough for a 1st down. And that'll bring up 4th and 1. Type those 4s indeed. The Cardinals just tied it up with the Eagles. I I was, I would say ostracized, but unpopular opinion was Kyler's not a bad quarterback, and everyone kind of wrote off Kyler going into this year. He has been very good since he returned, and the Cardinals have played very well since he came back. They're going toe for toe with the Philadelphia Eagles right now on the road. 42-yarder for Cairo Santos, and the kick is good. So the lead is back to 17, 27-10, with a minute 10 to go in the third quarter. Things you could say are not ideal for Arthur Smith. Okay, no one gives a shit, but fantasy football update. I am leading 96-80. I'm up 16. If I can maintain a 15 to 16 point lead, I'll go into the Broncos-Chargers game with me having Denver's defense and him having Eckler. So about a 16-point lead, Broncos defense versus Austin Eckler. I'll take my chances there. Chicago Bears, bear down. All right, here we go. So Chicago's going to kick it off to restart the game. Yeah, the Bears are definitely going to get the first overall pick. The Carolina Panthers are losing big right now. Matthew Stafford, you need to throw a touchdown. You need to throw a touchdown. Out the back of the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10, Atlanta. Do you go to Ritter? Like, if you're Arthur Smith, you need something. And you're not getting much from Heineke right now. I know it's a lot of flip-flopping. But Heineke has thrown 2 picks. 1st and 10, Atlanta. Heineke stays in the game. In the pistol. Takes the snap. Handoff. Robinson. Bijan. And a solid first down run for Robinson. Gain of 6. Like, look at these open players here. Heineke. And then a pick. This is a replay. Not right now. Taylor Heineke, like Desmond Ritter, is costing this team a game right now. Heineke takes the snap on 2nd and 4. It's a run, and Robinson picks up 3 yards. Kyron Williams just scored a touchdown for the Rams. It better have been a receiving touchdown. I don't think it was. I'm going to freak out. Oh, my gosh. 3rd and 1. It's a run for Algier, and he gets the first down. Just barely, though. The Dolphins are showing some life right now against the Ravens. They just scored a touchdown. They are down 35-20. Third quarter's over in Chicago. 27-10 Bears over the Falcons. Get your predictions in. What's going to happen? I'm keeping eyes on all the other games right now. The Patriots just scored a touchdown against the Bills, and New England is now within a touchdown of taking the lead against the Bills. It'd be a big loss for Buffalo, because if the Bills win and the Ravens beat the Dolphins, which both things are happening right now, Week 18, Buffalo, Miami for the AFC East. Because Buffalo won the first game, so if they beat the Dolphins the second time, they'll have the head-to-head tiebreaker, and they will have the same record. However, if the Patriots were to upset the Bills, then the Dolphins lock up the AFC East. So Miami today could go from the 1 seed down to a wild card spot. The Cardinals went for an onside kick attempt. It did not work. Eagles recovered. Well, let's throw on the giveaway item for a really quick moment here while we're at commercial break still. So we are doing a really cool giveaway item today, and it is this Falcons Man Cave Wall Art Edition. So if you want this added to your basement, your room, your office, your dorm, wherever, any super chat gets you entered into that giveaway race we're going to do at the end of the game. Also, every 50 likes, we're doing a free entry from the chat. So if you want to come home with it, super chat will add you to the giveaway race, or at least like the video, and I'll pick one person out of the chat for a free entry. This is the rest of our super chat menu, by the way. $5 super chat, it's beers cheers. $10, it's fireball shots. And $20 gets you added to our Hall of Fame board here. So if you want to support the channel in more ways than just one, super chats really go above and beyond. Live sub count time here. We are 10 subs away from 17,150. The Falcons are eliminated with a loss. Well, eliminated for the players with a loss and a Tampa win. Or a whole bunch of other combinations. I'll say it. If you lose, you're out. I don't care what the computer says. Heineke throws, and that is incomplete. Edmonds for Chicago nearly picked it off. Heineke could have thrown his third pick right there. It's moments like this I do feel bad for Arthur Smith. Man, Edmonds should have picked that off. Because Arthur Smith's not throwing these balls. He's also not ignoring wide open receivers for touchdowns. Better quarterback, very different game right now. Heineke in shotgun from his own 36, 2nd and 10. Takes the snap. It's a handoff, and it's a nice run for Robinson. Bijan, his longest run of the day, a gain of 12, out to the 50. Okay. 1st and 10. First and 10, it's a run for Robinson, and he picks up 3 yards. Guys, the Falcons are down 17 in the fourth quarter, and they've run it the first 2 plays. Don't you think this says a lot about the confidence for Arthur Smith and his quarterbacks? I mean, right now, Arthur Smith is just trying to keep the ball on his half, keep the ball in his possession. Second and 7, and Heineke's pass is nearly picked off. Mason, I appreciate you, my man. We'll see you next season. Still got some season left of this year, of course, but appreciate you. Thank you so much. 3rd and 7. Throw it to Drake London. Drake London has not touched the ball this half, I don't think, right? Throw it to London. London's calling. 3rd and 7 at the 50. 4-down territory. Calling it now. 4-down territory. Heineke in the gun. Bears rush 5. Heineke throws to his right. This is caught. Van Jefferson. He gets about 5 yards on 3rd and 7. It'll be 4th and 2. So now the question is, do you go for it? Do you run or do you pass? Because you're going for it. We have a fight. We have a fight. Fight. Caleb McGarry is getting into it. Fuck yeah. Be an instigator. Flag. Who's this going to be against? This could be bad. Matt Bergeron, the rookie left guard, does not have a helmet on. If he took it off himself, that's the flag. Does he get ripped off his helmet? There's no helmet on Matthew Bergeron. Personal foul. It's on the defense. That's what I said. Be an instigator, right? Get under their skin and try and provoke them to do something about it. So, Yep, 15 yards, automatic first down, so no 4th and 2. Type those ones indeed. The medical emergency timeout was like 10 minutes. 1st and 10, Falcons at the Bears 30. Heineke throwing. This is caught Jefferson. Gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd and 5. I cannot begin to fathom what it would be like to be a Panthers fan right now. You are 5 minutes away from giving the Bears the first overall pick. When you desperately, I mean, of course you need it if you're in line to get it. 2nd and 4, Heineke at the gun, takes the snap. Heineke throwing, and that is to fucking nobody. Incomplete. He had a man. I think this is an option for a receiver, right? Where, hey, you're going to get out to the middle of the field. You can sit still, or you can float left or right based on what the linebackers are doing. And this is high-level stuff, and the quarterback and the receiver got to be on the same page that, given how the defense lines up, you know what the receiver's going to do. That time, they're not on the same page. 3rd and 4. 3rd and 4 at the 24-yard line. In the gun. Heineke takes the snap. It's a pass. Heineke looking. Heineke has a man. He's going to run. Heineke has the first down and more. Heineke is in for a touchdown. Taylor Heineke doing his best Desmond Ridder impression with a 4th quarter rushing touchdown. And Atlanta has a heartbeat. 27-16. Justin Fields impersonation would probably be a better comp, but Desmond Ridder has been good for several 4th quarter, only 4th quarter too, rushing touchdowns this year. Show me those TDs. A 24-yard run for Heineke. 11-play, 75-yard drive in under 4 minutes. And the extra point is up, and it is good. So we are at a 10-point game with 12 minutes to go. Bears fans don't want to hear this. They were in this near identical spot just 2 weeks ago against the Browns. 10-point 4th quarter lead. Blew it. All right, really quickly, our sponsor, Prize Picks, has an awesome deal for Dirty Birds fans, and I'm going to tell you all about it in just a moment. But first, let me tell you what Prize Picks is. It is daily fantasy made easy. You pick 2 to 6 players, and then you choose more or less on their projected stats. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Jaron Hall, Vikings quarterback, Sunday Night Football, taking the less on him. I don't think he's good, and 222.5 is a big number. I like the more on Jordan Love's passing yards, along with Justin Jefferson. Now, those projections are lower because they are goblins. So, goblins are lower odds, which means easier to hit, but not as lucrative of a payout. And then finally, Alexander Madison, I took the less on his rushing yards at 19.5. Lower stat projections, I should say. So go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first-time deposit match up to $100. That link is in the comments and description of today's video. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy. Here we go, getting ready for the 4th quarter. Who we got? Falcons or Bears? 10-point lead. Chicago's going to get the ball back. I still don't like. You need a lot of help, right? It's not a 7-point lead. Even a stop and they get the ball back, you need another stop after that. And the Bears' offense has looked really good today to the tune of 27 points. So I won't say that if the Falcons make a stop here, they're going to win this game. But a turnover would be big because that's going to get into the psyche of the Bears' offense. That's got to be the name of the game. Coming up with your first takeaway of the day. I guess turnover on downs. Does turnover on downs really count as a takeaway? Just a little bit, maybe. Oh, missed this, Elliott. Eagles kicker. I'm playing against him. We need a miss. We need a miss. He did not miss. They never miss. Matthew Stafford, we need a touchdown. That's not a touchdown. Okay. Bears are set to receive the kickoff. Up by 10, 12 to go in the fourth quarter. Pinion sends a high into the Windy City sky for a touchback. So the Bears will get the ball with 12 minutes and change at their own 25, leading 27-17. I'd love a Giants score just to make it a bit closer with tie it with the Rams, or Stafford to throw some passes. The Bucs are on the board, by the way. They are down 20-7, and they don't have the football. Yeah, the Saints are going to win this game here. So the Falcons are going to get the help they need, but they got to take care of business in Chicago. Fields on 1st and 10. Lofts it. DJ Moore catches it. Moore has the first down, and more. DJ Moore out towards the 45. So Justin Fields finding his number one guy, DJ Moore, who is going to be closing in on a career-high receiving yards number. I guess he had a lot of receiving yards against the Commanders on Thursday Night Football in week 5. Week 5. 1st and 10, because the Bears started off 0-4, not 0-5. In the gun, Fields takes the snap, he hands it off, and a run for Chicago goes nowhere. Stopped at the 46-yard line, 2nd and 10. Jamie, I feel a turnover. I'm glad someone does, because they need it bad. Meanwhile, Cardinals are down 3, 2-minute drill, and they have the football and driving. 2nd and 10 right now. Fields in the gun. Takes the snap. 2nd down. Good pocket. He's going to run with it. Fields with his legs has the first down and more. Justin Fields all the way to Atlanta's 30. Flag on the play. There is a flag. And this will be a hold. Holding. Offense. Lucas Patrick, the center, wipes away a 25-yard run from his quarterback where they hold. So a 35-yard swing right there. I am up 13 in the championship. Come on now. Second and 20. Fields dumps it off, and this is caught. Roschon Johnson on 2nd and 20 picks up about 4 to 5 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and long. Start spamming 3. You absolutely need to stop here, right? You got to get the ball back for starters. But when you get 3rd and 16, it doesn't matter what the situation is. You have to get off the field on 3rd and 16, especially when you factor in 10 minutes and counting and you're trailing by 10. Need to stop here. Absolutely need to stop if you're Atlanta. DJ Moore not on the field right now. Appears to be a bit banged up. Fields takes the snap. 3rd and 16. Throws to his right. This is caught. Roschon Johnson slips out of one tackle, but Jesse Bates will not let him go. And that'll bring up 4th and 9. Good effort by the rookie running back. But the Bears do punt, or at least will likely punt. And the Falcons will get the ball back. So DJ Moore earlier, it wasn't even on he just ran into a Falcons defender. Just a car crash. Didn't see it coming. Gets his bell rung, and he goes to the blue medical tent. Hopefully he's okay. So Bears are going to punt it from the 50-yard line. Trying to pin Atlanta deep. And punt will go into the end zone for a touchback. The Bears had the worst punter in the NFL. Now, it might have been ran into, and that could have been a penalty. But ultimately, no flag is thrown. So Atlanta's ball at the 20, trailing 27-17. Let's see what's going on in the Cardinals-Eagles game. It's 31-28, and Kyler Murray has the Cardinals across the 50 with 2 timeouts and 90 seconds, trailing by 3. Meanwhile, the Giants, they are fighting for their playoff. No, they're out of the playoffs. But they are now down 7 with 5 minutes to go, and they now have 4th and 11 coming up here. Meanwhile, the Saints, did we just do it? Yeah. Meanwhile, the Saints just kicked a 38-yarder. New Orleans, 23-7 with 4 minutes to go. Let's officially say the Saints won that game. So now it comes down to whether or not the Falcons can take care of business themselves. Big play for the Cardinals all the way down to the 5. Arizona is comfortably in field goal range. They could tie this game, but a touchdown would give them a win. Now let's see how Philly handles this, right? Are they going to start using timeouts? They're up by 3, so a field goal does not end the game. But they need to keep the Arizona Cardinals out of the end zone if they want any chance of controlling their fate for a first-round bye. Kyler under center at the 5-yard line. Hands it off. James Conner, punch it in. James Conner is tackled at the 2-yard line. 35 seconds to go. And a timeout is called, but by who? The Eagles burn their final timeout. The Eagles have been frauds, and they are now getting it taken to them at home. Not taken to them, but for a bad Cardinals team. And the Buccaneers fumbled it to the Saints. So a nice grab by Trey Palmer, the receiver for Tampa Bay. But then he loses it when he goes to the ground. Let's see what goes on in this Cardinals game. Still a commercial for the Falcons Bears game right now. Second and goal for the Cardinals at the 2. They're down by 3. 36 seconds left. They hand it off. James Conner is in for the touchdown, I think. The Cardinals take a lead with 30 seconds as Heineke's pass on 1st and 10 is incomplete. 32 seconds left. Arizona leading Philadelphia in Philly. 2nd and 10 Atlanta. Back to my main priority. Heineke, by the way, 9 for 24, 163 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Heineke, 2nd and 10. Throws to his right, and that goes to the second row of the crowd. Although Conner might have been stopped short of the goal line. They kicked the extra point, though. So the touchdown stands. 3rd and 10. I have James Conner in fantasy. That's big for me. 3rd and 10. Snap to Heineke. Heineke throws over the middle. That is incomplete. Pressure was mounting, and now it's 4th and 10. 8.5 to go, down 10 with the ball. Do you go for it, or do you punt it away and burn at least, most likely, 2 minutes of clock? James Conner, God bless you. Let's go. Montez Sweat, acquired at the NFL trade deadline from Washington, has been tremendous for the Bears. Falcons punt it away. Chicken shit. Bad punt. Returns already across the 50. Tackled at the Falcons' 44-yard line. So the Cardinals up 35-31, just kicked it off to the Eagles, who are down 4, no timeouts, 32 seconds. They need a touchdown. The Cardinals were down 14-3 at one point, and they have come roaring back. First and 10 for the Bears. I would go with Desmond Ridder at the end here. Heineke sucks. Fields pitches to the right. Roschon running with it, and Johnson picks up 2 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd and 8. But more importantly, the Bears are going to kill about 45 seconds every time they snap this ball. They're going to run the play clock down, and each play takes maybe 5 seconds or so, right? DJ Moore is back on the field for Chicago. Did Matthew Stafford just throw a pick? I think the Giants just threw. Oh, I think a punt return. 2nd and 8. Fields in pistol at the 42. Takes the snap. Fields, QB keeper, runs with it. And nice tackle by Atlanta right at that time. Zach Harrison hunting down his former Ohio State teammate. 3rd and 7. Span those threes. Got to get a stop here. Got to get a stop. Yeah, the Giants with 3.5 were down 7, and a 93-yard punt return for a touchdown. 3rd and 7 for the Bears. Span those threes. Let's go. Fields in shotgun. Takes the snap. Fields looking. Rolling. Fields will run with it. Fields has the first down with his legs. For those of you on all of our videos that said you don't want Justin Fields, look what he just did. Like, it's little plays like that if the Bears win this game 27-17, 30-17, they might not know exactly what that moment was, but that play might be the moment. Because instead of punting the ball to Atlanta and giving them life, they get the first down, and they're going to kill at least another 2 minutes of clock. Little plays like that get lost into the shuffle of what won the game. 1st and 10, Chicago. Handoff, Roschon Johnson. And Johnson picks up 5 yards. Yeah. I've said for a while, the box score numbers do not do Fields justice. That rush right there doesn't pop up on the box score as, hey, that's a game-sealing win right there. Eagles at midfield, down 7. I'm just looking at red zone right now. 2nd and 4 for the Bears, though. Jalen Hurts, Hail Mary time. Jalen Hurts' Hail Mary is up. Jalen Hurts' Hail Mary is intercepted. Intercepted. And the Cardinals beat the Eagles. They stunned them in South Philly. Also, 3rd and 4 in Atlanta and Chicago's game. Let's go. Yes, the Cowboys with a win next week would win the NFC East. They just needed Philly to lose one of their 2 last games. Dallas controls their destiny, and they play Washington right next week. Yeah. By the way, the Giants went for 2 to take the lead, and Saquon Barkley dropped the easy 2-point conversion. So New York's down by 1. Fields on 3rd and 4, throwing to the end zone. Oh, looking for DJ Moore, and it's incomplete. 4th and 4. Fourth and 4. DJ Moore's been excellent today. 159 yards and 1 touchdown. And could have had his second, but just overcooked it. 4th and 4. Bears send on the field goal unit for a 42-yarder. Kick is up, and it is good. Atlanta's down 13 with 5 minutes and 2 timeouts. They would need a touchdown, either a stop or an onside kick, and another touchdown. So we've got 30-17 Chicago. By the way, the Bucs just scored with 90 seconds left. Maybe they're not as dead as I thought. They're down by 10, going for 2. And Baker Mayfield on the 2-point conversion is going to throw and have it caught. And all of a sudden, with a minute 37, the Saints lead the Bucs 23-15. Yep, hit that thumbs up button, by the way. We are 11 likes away from 200 likes. Let's throw on the giveaway item really quickly here. I didn't even think of this, by the way. Jonathan Gannon, of course, the former DC for Philly, beat his old team. 30-17, don't worry. Every super chat gets you entered into a giveaway race we're going to do after this game. So if you want to come home with this Falcons wall art for your man cave, super chat, and we enter you in that race. Every 50 likes, we pick one person out of the chat for a free entry. We're 5 likes away from that next 50-like milestone. So super chat any amount and you get entered, or like the video and you can maybe get in for free. And let's see, does Atlanta turn to Desmond Ridder here? It's tough to ask Ridder to come off the bench cold in the 4th quarter to do any better. So they don't. It's Heineke. 1st and 10, Heineke at his own 25. He has been atrocious today. Throw to Bijan is caught and no gain. The Bucs 2-point conversion attempt wiped away because of a penalty. They redo it though. And Baker's intercepted the second time. And the return for the Saints is not going to go for 2 points the other way. 2nd and 10, Heineke is sacked. Taylor Heineke is sacked on 2nd and 10 for a loss of 7. That's Javon Dexter, the rookie out of Florida. Man, you do not see Jake Matthews get his lunch money stolen often, especially against a rookie. 3rd and 17, Heineke's pass is incomplete. Just raise the fucking French flag and surrender. This is tough. Fourth and 17, and Atlanta's got to go for it now. You know what? Had they not punted it away last time, they could have gone for it on 4th and 10. But now, it would have been a lot easier. This ball has to go to one person only, Drake London. Unless he used triple teamed. 4th and 17, Heineke avoids a sack, throws it, intercepted. Kyler Gordon comes down with it. And the Bears are going to be a first down or 2 away from winning this game. So, Atlanta, 3 minutes and 58 seconds away from falling to 7-9. Another losing season. 3rd straight losing season under Arthur Smith. It's 4th down, and you're chucking it up to Kadero Hodge. Are you shitting me? No. Not who you throw it to. 4th and 17, the season's on the line. You're like, yeah, that number 12 guy, he looks kind of open. No, the Falcons are not technically mathematically eliminated just yet. They would have been eliminated if the Buccaneers won today, but the Bucs didn't win. However, they could be eliminated later in the day. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 for the Bears, though. Or 2nd and 8. Oh, Arthur Smith is calling his timeouts. It's cold, Art. Go home. You're down. I guess there's still a chance. Desmond Ritter's warming up. Yep. So Fields, 2nd and 8 in the pistol at Atlanta's 39, takes the snap. It's a run, and it's a first down run for Chicago. First down and more. Khalil Herbert's going to score. Khalil Herbert is in for down at the 1. Down at the 1. Nearly punched it in. 1st and goal, Chicago. Clock stops momentarily. I thought he might have scored because he gets that football to the pylon, but maybe his foot went out of bounds first. I don't know. It's tough. It's close. First and goal. First and goal for the Bears in the I formation. Fields under center at the 1-yard line. Snap, handoff, Khalil Herbert touchdown. So Herbert finishes off the run with a touchdown, and the Bears have really won this game now. 37-17. 20-point lead after the extra point's going to be good. So, the conversation now changes to forget the next 3.5 minutes. It's done. They're down 20. Arthur Smith. Should he return? I don't know. Like, you're down 20. I know that sucks. I'm going to play both sides for a moment. You're down 20 in a game that you needed to win. That's not a really good showing. Don't you agree? At the same time, Taylor Heinicke sucked. He threw 27 passes. He completed a third of them. Like, imagine calling a play knowing 1 out of 3 times it's not going to even be caught. And by the way, 3 of them were caught by the other team. 3 picks today for Taylor Heinicke. So you can be mad at Arthur Smith. You can hate Arthur Smith. I don't know what coach is going to do a better job with the quarterbacks they've had in Atlanta and just the overall quarterback play, right, over the last 3 years under Arthur Smith. If you want to charge Arthur Smith with the crimes of, well, he got Desmond Ridder and Taylor Heinicke, that's on him. Hey, you're not wrong. I don't know how much of a decision that was versus Terry Fontenot's decision, right? But I have to somewhat believe that with 7 wins, maybe 8 if they were to somehow win next week, Arthur Smith with just average quarterback play might have a 9 or 10 win team. That's kind of the defense of Arthur Smith. He's not throwing these awful interceptions. He's not missing open guys for touchdowns. And if he gets a quarterback that can do those things well, then who knows? Yep. All right. 1st and 10 for the Falcons. It snows back to the lake, and it is Desmond Ridder time. Desmond Ridder is so throwing a touchdown, right? Because that's like the perfect, like, you see, you started the wrong guy. All right, Mason Crosby is on for a 54-yarder to try and give the Giants a win, and his kick is no good. Mason Crosby missed a 54-yarder to give the Giants a win. And a first down run for Bijan Robinson, by the way. So the Rams are going to win this one, 26-25. And, oh no. I don't know if everyone in Chicago knows this right now. They were alive if they won and the Rams lost. That might kill them. 1st and 10. And Kyle Pitts has his first touch of the game. Saints beat the Bucs. Final in Tampa from Raymond James. 2nd and 5. Throw caught Robinson. Gain of 8. I can tell you this much. Taylor Heineke is not returning next year. Like, I wouldn't be blown away if Desmond Ridder stays on the roster. He's on his rookie contract still. He can be a good backup for whoever you go get to replace him. Yeah, like, Desmond Ridder as a backup is not, as far as backups go, not bad. Like, look around the league. There is some bad backup quarterback play right now. Desmond Ridder and company trying to salvage some garbage score here, down 20. 1 timeout remaining. Ridder throwing, and that is picked off. That's Tyreek Stevenson. That's his 2nd pick of the day. So that's going to do it. That's going to do it. So, Atlanta. If it wasn't done already, it's done now. They are going to fall to 7-9. The Falcons just threw an interception. Once again, I feel a little bit bad for Arthur Smith. His job's hanging on the balance. His quarterbacks threw 4 picks today. Like, fuck, what do you want him to do? Now, that one kind of got tipped by, I felt bad for Desmond Ridder. So that one gets tipped by the defensive line just as Ridder releases it. So it takes like 10% off the throw. And that 10% is a difference maker. And credit to Desmond Ridder, he was at least throwing to Drake London. Whereas Heineke was throwing to Kadero fucking Hodge. Okay. Do you want to get some shout-outs, Big Tex?
All right, we'll give some shout-outs. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's up, Time Man the Buckeye? Yeah, he says Broncos watch party ain't up yet. Yeah, that's next. That's next. Sean Sager says, yay, Bears won. Hey, this is a Falcons channel. Get out of here. SML guy says Arthur Smith isn't bad. No, it's hard to win football games when your quarterback's throw 4 interceptions.
Yes.
You can't do anything with that. Let's see. Shout out to Queasy F Baby. He says SML guy hasn't denied a thing I said. Oh no. Tom Brady slander in the chat. Kissing his kids. Brutal. Let's see. Banks says I hate the Falcons, or I hate being a fan of the Falcons. Yes, it is frustrating.
It's tough.
It's tough. Let's see. If we beat the Panthers, we are in the playoffs.
Nope.
Nope, not how that works.
Oh, I see. You mean like last week?
Oh.
Oh, 2 weeks ago. I thought you meant like they play them.
Yeah. A little too late for that, unfortunately. Someone said Desmond Shitter. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that interception didn't help his cause. QBs flat out suck is what Jim says.
Oh, the Bears fumbled it.
Oh, shit. So you're saying there's a chance.
I didn't see that.
Let's see. Trucker Mike says 1-2 to end the season. Fire Smith, Ragon, TH4, and DR9. Yeah. I don't know. I got to see like Justin Fields or like an actually good quarterback in Atlanta's offense. Desmond Ridder sucks. Taylor Heineke sucks. You can't judge Arthur Smith's offense when he has no one of value throwing the ball.
Yeah.
Right? You can say Arthur Smith sucks, but I don't think that's fair until you see him with an adequate quarterback like Fields or someone else. Russell Wilson.
Appreciate you looking out for me. I thank you, Tex.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Carson, do we have any chance to make the playoffs? No. They are actually not mathematically eliminated with a loss today, but they're not going to make it. Like, they don't, like, it's not even winning you're in next week. It's not even close to being that simple. You need a lot of other teams to lose. And you don't even have the tiebreaker over the Bears anymore. Okay. Should we do our race? Let's do our race. Let's do our race right now. We got 200 likes. One last entry. Spam ATL for a free entry into our giveaway race. We're going to do that in a moment. I'm picking the next person I see say ATL in the chat. Carson. Cason. 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 Yep. Let's do the race. This is a fucking stinker right now. This is tough to watch. So we're going to do a race, a duck race, for our giveaway item today, which is a Falcons Man Cave Wall Art Edition. As we are pretty much done in Chicago. Yeah, got some names in there. Let's do this thing. So, duck race time. Are we ready? Send them texts. Send them. For the Falcons Man Cave Wall Art Edition. Here we go. Third and 25 for the Bears with 1:52. And the Bears run it. And it's a gain of 7. So it'll be 4th and 18 with about a minute left once the Bears punt it away. Here we go. 30 seconds to go. Okay. 21 seconds. Here we go. Who's it going to be? Look at Time Man. Look at Time Man. Time Man, 10 seconds. Uh-oh. Time Man's losing steam. Who's it going to be? Could it be Adam? It'd be Adam. 3 seconds, 2. Adam! Congratulations, Adam, as the Bears punted away with a minute to go. Can we throw my email at the bottom? I don't know if it's in here. I'm going to put my... Adam, are you still here? Yeah. I'm going to put it in the chat. Adam, email what I just put in the chat. Matthew@chatsports.com. We got it. We're good. Adam, email me so I can mail you that giveaway item. Please email. And please email to Matthew with 2 T's. So many people don't do the 2 T's. And then I never get the email. Yep. Okay. This would be disgusting. Here we go. Give it a shot. I give it a flat out F. So the Bears improved to 7-9 with a win. If the Seahawks lose the next 2 games, there could be a multi-way tie at 8 wins. And I don't know what that tiebreaker looks like. All right, 1st and 10 right now. Hi, man, how many people are waiting over at that next stream? Let me know, please. First and 10 right now for the Falcons. Ritter hands it off. Good. Do not throw the ball. No, Tyler Algier. We all want to go home. This is embarrassing. You lost by 20 with your backs against the wall. You lost to the Panthers with your backs against the wall. Pathetic. This next play will be the last play of the game, barring an incomplete pass. Second and 8. And off for Algier again. Exact same play. Back-to-back times. Thank you, Time Man. All right. That's going to do it pretty much. Let's do a quick post-game show. Yeah. Get the stats ready. So, grade Heineke's performance. Let me know. Let me know. A, B, C, D, or F. Not ideal right there for Atlanta. A lot of Fs. F. So let's talk about the big question, and that is, should Arthur Smith return next year? And again, I'll continue to repeat myself. Arthur Smith is not a perfect coach. It's hard to be an Arthur Smith stan, and I just kind of feel bad for the guy because if he does go down, it's because his quarterbacks are just bad, right? And he might have been successful with better quarterback play. And he still was somewhat. I mean, he got 7 wins, maybe even 8 with the win next week, but 7 wins, 3 straight years is just tough to sell to ownership to return. It doesn't show improvement. It shows that we're running into the same issues, and we're not solving those issues. That's tough, right? That's tough to do. Should Arthur Smith return? Yeah. So I feel bad for him on that front. Like, that's just unlucky, right? Like, I don't know what you wanted him to do. Adam says F. Oakman says G-. Jim says F. Yeah. I hear you. I get it. Trade up for Harrison's, get Cousins, strip Arthur Smith of play calling, let Shaw be offensive coordinator. I don't think Kirk Cousins is leaving Minnesota. Marvin Harrison would be electric for any team, so I won't. You don't twist my arm on that one. And I don't know if Arthur Smith is this awful play caller. He moves the ball well down the field. They just turn it over, right? And that's not something he can control all that much. Nope. Not at all. Okay. We're going to get into a post-game show really quickly here. But 37-17 the final. It's over. I really thought this would be a playoff team this year. Like, easy schedule, right? Instead, it'll be a tougher schedule next year, technically. They're going to have the third-place schedule. So they'll be playing third-place teams across the league. We got Ivan Castro, bear down. I mean, credit to the Bears, right? I mean, they just walked all over Atlanta for much of this game. 37-17. What more do you want to say? Okay. So, we ready to jump into our post-game show? Okay, awesome. Okay, so we're going to do a post-game show. We'll talk Arthur Smith. We'll talk about this game. And we'll talk some big picture stuff, which is 2024, because the offseason is here. Welcome to the 2024 Atlanta Falcons offseason. It starts today. They're done. I don't want to know about the path for them to make the playoffs. It's not real. It's not happening. I have no reason to believe they can even beat the Saints next week in New Orleans. And that has to be done anyway. So, not interested. Not interested. Okay. Yep. Okay. Don't worry about that one. Let's just get into it. Yeah. All right, here we go. Let's get into our post-game show, everyone. You ready? Here we go. Well, everyone, welcome to the 2024 Atlanta Falcons offseason. Because I'll be the first to say it, it starts today. And I don't know if that offseason includes finding a new quarterback and a new head coach, but the Bears walked all over the Falcons, 37-17 the final. And this is going to raise a lot of questions about Arthur Smith and his future in Atlanta for a third straight losing season. Another losing season, which is up to seven now since 2017. And it's tough to see the Falcons go down this way because twice at the end of the year, with their back somewhat against the wall, the Panthers game and this game, they just turtle up, and this is the performance. But the big question, of course, right now is Arthur Smith. Is Arthur Smith going to return? And Here's what I'll say in his defense. Arthur Smith did not throw 4 interceptions today. I feel a little bit bad for Art because I don't think he's all that bad of a coach. I just think he got horrible quarterback play in 3 seasons in Atlanta, and he never showed improvement. Like, it's somewhat impressive that he won 7 games with what he got out of the last year of Matt Ryan, the Mariota and Desmond Ridder trip, and then the Taylor Heineke and Desmond Ridder experience this year. So on one hand, it's kind of like impressive that he even won 7 games with all that. But on the other hand, it's 3 straight, 7, maybe 8-win seasons if they win next week, but I'm not even thinking about that. You're not showing any improvement. You keep getting top 10 picks, and we're not seeing improvement in the win column, which is the ultimate deciding thing here. So I go back and forth on whether or not I think Arthur Smith should return. I'll say this much. If you were anti-trade for Justin Fields, I hope today changed your mind and you came to the side I've been on since October, which is if I'm Atlanta, I am calling Chicago night and day this offseason because the Bears secured the number 1 pick in the draft, and I want to know what it costs to get Justin Fields. Did we all not love what we saw to Justin Fields today? Like, remove your bias aside for a second here. He was running out of sacks. He was making incredible touchdown throws to DJ Moore. The name of the game should be, you should actually kidnap Justin Fields right now. You should leave Soldier Field with Justin Fields, right? 268 yards, 1 touchdown. Look what Taylor Heineke did for a second. We'll throw Taylor Heineke's numbers up here. I mean, they went to Desmond Ridder at the end. It didn't really matter. He's 10 for 29. 2/3 of his passes are incomplete. 2/3 of the time, he drops back, fucking throw it to the ground. Or throw it to the Bears, which he did 3 times. So, the quarterback play was just atrocious. That's really what did Arthur Smith in. And that's why I have a little bit of compassion for him, that if he ends up losing his job, I hope he gets another job. Because he didn't really get a good shake of it in Atlanta, because this is what he had to deal with in his last game. Now, he's not blameless. His team lost by 20 points. You would like to have seen maybe a better showing when you know it is win, and maybe you have a chance in Week 18 since the Saints beat the Bucs. You got the help you needed. But instead, his team just, George Costanza, turtles up. It's cold outside. It's wet. I was in the swimming pool. Unreal. So the Falcons overall go down to the Bears, and we're going to get into our post-game show, into our sponsor read in just a moment here. So before we get to the rest of our post-game show, Prize Picks, our great sponsor, has an awesome deal for Falcons fans. When you go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS, you get a $100 deposit match up to $100. So the way Prize Picks works is you pick 2 to 6 players and then choose more or less on their projected stats. I took the less on Jaron Hall on Sunday Night Football, the more on Jordan Love and Justin Jefferson's yardage, and then the less on Alexander Madison at 19.5, which I know is a low number, but he had negative yards last week. So if you like my selections for Sunday Night Football and you want some skin in the game this New Year's Eve, go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first-time deposit match up to $100. That link is in the comments and description of today's video. Now, for those of you sickos that want to know what does Atlanta need to do to make the postseason, a lot. And I don't even want to think about it because it's not happening. Like, I don't even have faith in them winning next week in New Orleans, let alone needing all the help from L.A., Seattle, not even L.A., Seattle, the Vikings, the Packers, the Bears. They don't have tiebreakers over Minnesota or Chicago now. So, no, I'm not interested in that. Bijan today was okay. He kept running into just bare walls. 15 carries, 75 yards. Algier had the play of the game offensively, which, without that play, I mean, talk about an absolute disaster on offense. They would have lost 37-10, and Desmond Ridder would have under 100 yards. And then finally, Drake London. I don't think London touched the ball in the second half. 4 grabs, 56 yards. Drake London is the best receiver you have by a mile. And on 4th down, Taylor Heineke throws up to duck to Kadero fucking Hodge. What are we doing? Throw it to Drake London. The ball should only know one man's hands. Drake London's. In the 4th quarter. Season on the line. Kadero Hodge my ass. I'm sorry, Kadero, but you're not Drake London. And the Falcons defense got ran over. They got punched in the mouth, and then they somewhat settled into the game, but they never really had a good grasp on this game. There were no takeaways. They couldn't bring down Fields pretty much at all today. And DJ Moore, who was a Falcon killer in Charlotte, picked up where he left off. 9 grabs, 159 yards. I mean, every single element of this Ryan Nielsen defense failed today. The defensive line did not generate pressure. The linebackers weren't doing much over the middle of the field or stopping the run. And then the secondary, 9 grabs, 159 yards, and 1 touchdown. So, Falcons 37-17. The big question now is Arthur Smith. Does he continue to coach this team into 2024 after this season? Or do you go out and get a new head coach? And who's going to be your starting quarterback? Because Justin Fields, if the Chicago Bears don't want him, man, he made a great audition today to come to Atlanta and be the Falcons' starting quarterback. I mean, I don't know if you're Terry Fontenot or Arthur Smith, and if you hold on to your jobs, how you do not blow up the Bears. You should be taking down cell towers in Lake Forest at Bears headquarters, begging to get Justin Fields back to the Peach State. And see. 37-17 the final. Make sure to subscribe because we are your number one, and I mean this, no cockiness. We are the number one Atlanta Falcons offseason YouTube channel. No one's going to do more mock drafts, free agency videos, rumors, updates than we are. So make sure to subscribe if you are not already, and we're going to see you guys for what's going to be a long offseason early and often. All right, guys, that's going to do it for us. Appreciate everyone for tuning in. We will sign off, and we will see you all later.